Shamin. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Listen, man, I don't feel like being a whole bunch of lights around me right now. I really don't feel like that. If it's too dark for y'all, I'll turn up. Matter of fact, you know what? Give me 2 seconds, guys. I gotta wait for the green screen to come up anyway. Give me like a second. Let me turn some lights on. Yeah, put that light this way. I ain't gotta have lights all over my face. I'm not a light person. Like, I don't know. Some people are. I ain't really a light person like that. I'm a vampire. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me share this. I'm gonna get back with y'all. Let's put doll face up here on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Her big face ass. What's a hard face motherfucker right there. Y'all just give me a second. I'm sharing this, getting this out to everybody. Y'all just give me a second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Just give me 1 second. I'll be forgetting how early it is for some people. Some people it's like 5 o'clock. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just sharing this. Yeah, just give me a second if you're tuning in. I'm sharing this. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Top of the morning. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure I get everything out. Make sure I get everything out. The other day I was talking to y'all. And if y'all remember me saying y'all, I was telling y'all, because see, it be stuff I know y'all don't know, but I know, but y'all don't know. So I was telling y'all, that's why they say, yo, I'm the best person you should, anything Diddy, you should be listening to me. All them other, they gossiping, they guessing, they, yo, I got this person, I got that. You ain't got the person I can talk to. Trust me on that one. But hey, I digress. That's how they say it. You know what I'm saying? Here goes another boy, ready for action. You see another man on stage. You want to talk to another man? Yeah, give a shout. We got the first moist one in here this morning. Which wanted me to something real quick before I even talk about this. I wanted to address one thing. Um, I guess yesterday's live I did yesterday encouraged some of our brave, anonymous, no profile picture having, fake name having, anti-Diddy crowd that they have online, because most of them is cowards. So I got some more attacks. But it's funny to me. Like, I don't take this serious like that. This is an online affair, you know. I'm looking up something, y'all, so just give me a second. But I'm gonna go into that later, whatever. But it seems to me, when I'm starting to break down this, the anti-Diddy people, they willing to go to full haul, Sean. Like, they willing to do anything, bend down, kiss the ring, whatever they gotta do because of their hatred for one man. Mind you, there's many of men that are out there that have done way worse. Way worse. And I point them out. And, you know, the urban crowd, they just seem to not want to talk about them. They okay. Because that mouse. That mouse over there. You better not say nothing about Miss Shuck Candy. I cut you dead. If you follow what I'm saying. Hambone, have you heard? Ass motherfuckers. These ain't men. Men is ready to fight. Men is ready to lead charge. Men is ready to accept what is going on and see what is going on and see, well, where can I put the premise of my argument, which is XSA on women? Where can I adapt that to now where it fits? Men say, okay, we need to go in this direction now. Even if we thought he was like that, he's not like that. So let's move on to the next one that really is like that. Don't worry. In time, within the next week, you'll see one thing from me. Remember that. That's the next one. And then that's going to change your tone about me. Trust me on this. In the next week. And next month, and the month after that, you're going to see a little change on here online, too, with some of your diatribes. But you'll find out. This way. So anyway, let's talk about Don Rashad. Because this was one that y'all had poking around, and I remember when she came down, because I covered the Diddy trial, I was there in person. I didn't come there the last 2 days of the trial, like blowjob, or I didn't come there the month that it started, like Twinkle Toes or whatever we call it that. No, I was there 10 months into the beginning of the fray all the way to the end. I saw it all the way through. And a lot of people, I'm going to talk about Dawn here, but I just want to point this out. A lot of people don't want to pay homage to that for me because of pure simple fact my attachment with this company. The woman you see on the screen right now, Dawn Rashad, her and Kalina, I promoted their album in multiple states. In multiple states, we did, and I got the pictures to prove it. Here you go. If you don't believe me, you think I'm just talking. Some people just be talking, right? I get you. And I think that's what gets y'all confused about me. They're talking. They didn't have the experience I had. They don't have a time machine. So let me show you the difference between talking and reality, okay? So talking is, and blah, 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 and I believe Diddy's going to go to jail, and it's over for Diddy, and blah, 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 blah. You know what? Put her on the anti-race. And then reality is being able to show up at the scene and say, you know what? Jan, I hear a lot of people talking. I hear a lot of people whispering. And even though I'm one of the ones that can come in here right now and say the most, see, this is what it looks like for reality versus fake shit. So when I sit there and I say, hold on one second. When I sit there and I say, hey, we promoted their album, that's me. When I say we promoted the album, I mean that. And that's me with my little, oh, hold on one second. That's me with my Ciroc gear on. Very proud, you know what I mean? This will let y'all know for the people that don't know me. No, I was a part of this. You ain't gonna tell me shit. Now, one thing I find amazing, that's why I said times have changed. See, certain people, shout out to the deputy, you know what I mean? I gotta say no names. Shout out to the deputy. Shout out to Yayo, you know what I'm saying? Yayo, don't worry about it. We're gonna get you back in them countries. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have the show. You understand? Yayo, you heard me? Don't worry about that. We're gonna have the show. You understand what I'm saying? Just a few little mix-ups. I'm gonna need you to walk back some things, but don't worry about it. You know what I mean? That's another compadre right there. You know what I'm saying? See this man right here? Y'all see this man right here? Y'all seen him right in your face and didn't even know that was him. If you could put two and two together, you would know. Know what I'm saying? This is my real life. Shout out to Jack Wade from Love and Hip Hop. That's my man's right there. Shout out to G's and Gents. You know what I'm saying? Niggas coming in here talking about chicks. Chicks, what are you talking about, chicks? I've been around bad chicks my whole entire life. You understand what I'm saying? My whole entire life. Shout out to Storm. Shout out to this fella right here again. You know what I'm saying? A little BBE. Niggas don't know. Whole time down the trial, we had like 20 niggas around you. You didn't even know it. I said, yeah, go ahead and do something. Go ahead. If they don't get us, they are. You know what I'm saying? But this is my life. That was my point. This is my life. You understand what I'm saying? This is my life. This is my life right here. So with that being said, the reason I poured it out and I brought up them pictures because somebody came in here the other day. He was never with bad, but you was a motherfucking lie too, bitch. And don't come over here for the one time that you've been over here and think you got a what's the name. You're really just talking to, I don't know, they're going on little silly motherfuckers. I told you there's a whole crew of them. You understand? So you got a whole crew of these little anti-Diddy people that continued on because they really ain't got no rhetoric to talk about nothing else. So since they ain't got the right to talk about nothing else or the room to talk about nothing else, what they do is they find guys like me, other guys that have been in the music industry, and they make up little things about them. I've been told everything from I'm the leader of the Baphomet, I'm the consigliere of the mafia. What was the other one there? It's a whole bunch of them I've gotten. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, this is all coming from people that have never been in the music industry. And one of the things they pointed out and they kept pointing out was, Don Rashad's testimony is going to take Diddy down. There was all these predictions and all these thousands of dollars that y'all gave out to these motherfuckers. Thousands. Yes, I said thousands. The bloggers down at the Diddy trial. And it was one of the main things that many of them pulled out. Don Rashad's testimony is a nail in the coffin for Diddy. Y'all niggas need to be asking for y'all money back. Word of mother. Y'all need to start asking for y'all money back. You understand what I'm saying? That's what y'all need to start doing. Because if y'all don't start asking for your money back, something's going to happen. Trust me on this. You'll see. Anyway, let's read this out here. Because I know there's a couple motherfuckers who want to hear it. There's so many of these broads. The day before, and I'm going to read Sarah's again, too. Just give me a second. Diddy's businesses removed from Don Rashad's ongoing abuse lawsuit. While many of Diddy's companies are in the clear for now, Don Rashad is reportedly prepping for a second complaint. Diddy continues to experience updates to his civil lawsuits following his federal criminal verdict on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. The court found him not guilty on the trafficking and racketeering charges, but convicted him on the transportation charges. The most recent civil lawsuit to develop in a big way was Don Rashad's abuse lawsuit against Sean Combs. According to Kerr, reportedly, she and her legal team removed 10 of his businesses from their complaint. I'm going to say that one more time. Reportedly, she and her legal team removed 10 of his businesses from their complaint. These are Bad Boy. What's some nerve? You going to sue Bad Boy? I'll get into that in a minute. You want to sue Daddy's House? While I recorded? I'll get to that in a minute. Bad Boy Entertainment LLC? Really? You want to sue the main company when you wasn't even around, when it was an inception? Really, Don? That's brave. You want to sue UMG? Wow, I know somebody else. Y'all know somebody else suing UMG? Somebody else suing UMG. Who is that? Drake. Sean Combs Capital. You want to sue Sean John's Capital? You want to take the school from the kids? That's the trust for the kids. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She said this is nasty work from Dawn here. You want to take away from Bad Boy Holdings? You want to take away from that? You want to take away from the seed company? What about the people that come behind you, Dawn? You want to take money away from the seed company? Oh, God, Dawn, you're a terrible person here. Terrible, terrible thing here. You want to take away from the book holdings? You don't want the children to have books and literature about what to do and not to do in the hip-hop field as they're coming up, the future people? Oh, it's all about Dawn here. And you really want to take down Combs Enterprises? Really? The third entity of the record pool? It seems like to me, Dawn, what you're trying to do here is, an 1169, don't let's forget about that and that broad over there. That's a black woman, ain't it? Anyway. See, all them companies I knew. Hey, last one of them. Furthermore, the removal of these charges without prejudice means that Don Rashad could refile them if necessary, but they are in the clear for now. However, Richards is reportedly preparing a second amendment complaint. Pay attention to that. Amendment complaint, meaning whatever priorly was there, she wants to add on and topple to it. All right? That still names Diddy as a defendant. Also, the lawsuit still targets Janice Combs Publishing. Why you want to do that for? Love Records. For what? You weren't even in the beginning. You weren't even there for the inception of Love Records. And speaking of Love Records, you still kind of type about not being on that album, huh? Love album, huh? You weren't on that motherfucker, huh? Well, on that motherfucker, huh? I didn't man, they wasn't on the Love album. You know what I'm talking about? You know, those albums, you know. A lot of niggas was mad they wasn't on the Love album. You know what I'm saying? Elsewhere, Diddy's legal team had no problem with amendments to the lawsuit, but in a letter to Judge Catherine Pope Fadia, I think that's how you pronounce her name, and I want y'all to understand there's different judges proceeding over these different lawsuits. It's not Judge Samarinian. A lot of people were confused and thought it was Judge Samarinian. No, this is still, in some of these cases, are being filed in federal, but because of some of the allegations, like, for example, what's this girl's name? Sarah, for making a band. And I talked about hers, and I'm going to show you why I think Dawn did what she did, because she looked at the news of what was going on with Sarah. Very small move, Dawn, but it's very telling at the same time. You kind of played yourself. You should have just left it. But you'll understand what I mean in a minute. Elsewhere, Diddy's legal team had no problem with amendments to the lawsuit. Of course not. Diddy's legal team had no problem with amendments to the lawsuit, but in a letter to Judge Captain Profiala, they denied Rich's claims and expressed plans to fight this out. Also, they pointed out how her legal team dropped the human trafficking allegation under New York law, As such, the defense attorneys believe this upcoming new lawsuit is futile, meaning it's going to fail. Don Rich's allegations against Diddy include accusations of groping, harassment, forced stripping, food and sleep deprivation, unpaid wages, and she accused him of threatening her life and other folks' lives that they spoke out against him. Let me be honest with you, bitch. If you had anything, right? Because I don't like this bitch no more. And I think we need to start doing it as a bad boy family. We need to start saying, I don't like you, bitch. You try to pull it. I don't like you no more. You understand what I'm saying? And that should reverb around everybody. All these little attempts at lawsuits or whatever is really sealing those fucking nails right in your fucking coffin as far as your career is concerned. You're going to have to run over there and fuck with the other guys. And the other guys, they might not fuck with you because they pure simple fact, well, it don't look like you can sell any tickets, Dawn. This is the Cash App. How old are you now, Dawn? About 44, 43, something like that. Who knows? You probably got an egg or two left. Anyway, elsewhere, Diddy's legal team had no problem with the amendments to the lawsuit. I want to underline that again. Amendments. But in a letter to Judge Kaplan Polk Fire, they denied Richard's claims and expressed plans to fight this out. Also, they pointed out that her legal team dropped the human trafficking allegation under New York law. I guess they did because Diddy got found not guilty of that in court. So, of course, you would amend that. That makes sense to me. Dawn. She also lives... Don Rich's allegations against Diddy also include accusations of groping. Oh, is that so? Dawn. Harassment, forced stripping, food and sleep deprivation, and unpaid wages. Let me tell you something. Everywhere we went to, there was a catering service. Everywhere. If we didn't have a catering service that was provided by Diddy, it would be one of the places that we go that has a catering service. They have all kinds of little snacks and stuff like that, especially when we was on video shoots back in the, I'd say like late 2000s, mid 2010s. You know what I mean? They have like everything. Anybody that's ever been on video shoots, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything you want. Sandwiches, roast beef, hamburgers, some of them would have like chopped seafood dishes, all kinds of shit. And so like it was a lot of stuff I had never had before. I ain't even gonna hold you. So anyway, long story short, if you eat this stuff between the breaks, you will gain some weight. Trust me on that. A lot of the artists that you see and they get fat, like the way they get fat, a lot of those artists you see, he like, bro, okay, you got to get the fuck up on out here. See, Gerard, you can stay here. You can stay here. Nah. I was thinking about the sandwich. I was going to force up your ass. That's what I was thinking. You fucking fruit. Anyway, long story short, these girls, especially, are real privy to gaining weight. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at some of the artists that you used to know, and go look at an update photo from them, you will understand very quickly how they got big. If you understand how the spreads be on a lot of these catering things, a lot of people, let me even go further. A lot of companies will even limit what you can have within those spreads when you're talking about catering services. Meaning like they'll say, well, we want a catering service, but we wanted all greens, or we wanted mostly this, or we wanted mostly that. I know it was, I just said you could stay here, nigga. It was mostly this, or it was mostly that, or it was mostly this, or it was mostly that. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was healthy. You would chop up apples or whatever instead of providing pizzas or fatty moods or meals and shit like that. This is how these girls get big. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. I know for a fact that's how they get big. That's why I said go check out some of your favorite. What was that girl's name? Tidra Moses. Oh my God, Stay Puff messing with the man. She big. Depressing that you can go suck a dick. I just told you. Did y'all not just? Let me tell you something, right? This is what I mean. It's depressing. Let me tell you what depressing is before I block you. Let me tell you depressing. Depressing is we're saying goodbye. Nobody cares that you're gone. Bye. Nobody cares. They all do that one. Bye, I'm leaving. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, like the audacity of people. People think they're so important nowadays. It's funny. They just really think they're more important than what they actually are. Like nobody cares that you left. Jared Richards. Nobody gives a shit. Anyway, he said bye. Let me tell you what I mean by that. It is 7-something in the morning. What is it? 8:18 in the morning, right? And then this motherfucker, the first thing he comes in here and does after I told him this a few minutes, I'm going to show you how they start stuff. This is what anti-Diddy people, these sensitive people, I don't know if that person was black, white, polka dot, man or woman or whatever, but this is what they love. I wasn't roasting you. Just said pause after you were talking about roast beef. I said, yeah, I know. Y'all heard me say that, right? I said, yeah, I know, man. That's why I said you could stay here, right? His follow-up comment is, well, since I can't get you to argue with me, and even though I heard what you said, check me out. The next following up comment he writes is, depressing you talk like that to people. No, it's depressing that you're so fucking soft that you're offended by that. I don't want your soft ass here anyway. You fucking go fuck a pillow. Like, you fucking soft fuck. Anyway, that is sensitive out of a man. Good morning. That is sensitive out of a man. I've never heard men talk like that. I'm leaving. Bye. Like, gives a fuck. Grand Rising to YouTube. I'm like, Jesus, guys, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You ready to troll at 8 o'clock in the morning? And I told you, a lot of these guys, they're off their rocker. They're mentally ill. So Don Richards' allegations against Diddy include groping, harassment, forced stripping, food and sleep deprivation, unpaid wages. The reason I talked about the catering service because of the pure simple fact of this. I know I can at least say this. I ain't gonna go in with the unpaid wages, but I will say this. I mean, if you with us, Rockefeller, any of the record companies, it's a tedious business. I can remember, and I said this before this case even started. I said, nigga, we stay, and many people that have been here with me for a long time, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're in the music industry, you listen to me. If you're an artist, you listen to me. We had taught our bodies to like trained our bodies, and it's still like that. You never lose it. I've trained my body now that I can go at least 48 hours, maybe 54 hours without sleep. Easily. I did it yesterday. That's why people was like, you notice I look all fresh and, you know what I mean? Yesterday, people were like, yo, you look tired. I said, I know, nigga, because I've been up since 7 o'clock yesterday morning. And then before that, I didn't sleep because I was up 4.5 hours editing videos. I literally be sitting here listening to these podcasts or whatever, and I'm on other device and I'm just editing videos. Even if some of them I throw up, some of them I don't. Some of them they go to other places, some of them they go here. You know, so it's not like this is my main priority here on YouTube anymore. It really isn't. It's a sad the type of people they got on here. But sleep deprivation, if you want to say, ain't really what she defined it as. It's just the flow of the artist. Meaning, like, we were entourage with the art. I just showed, like, if you need to see, go back to the beginning of this video right here, and I just threw up some pictures. I'll show them again in a second here. But we've actually worked on promoting this album with Diddy Dirty Money. You understand what I'm saying? In multiple states, in multiple locations. You know understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's personable. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, go see. Oh God, here we go. Niggas talking about tumors and nigga, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Can I just have a discussion without niggas coming in here talking about tumors? Yesterday was niggas was on crack. Then the day before that, niggas is at like it never stops. Like y'all niggas need to grow up. Y'all sound like teenagers, dog. Teenagers. We are not on the front steps of the projects. You understand what I'm saying? We're not in the courtyard of the PJs. You feel me? Like, and this is not 20 years ago when we were 20, 22 years younger. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas really sound like children to me and to many others. It's like this is the culture that's claiming that they believe they better than everybody and they talk like teenagers. Come on, man, you gotta cut that out. Get control of your bitches too, dog. Get control of your bitches. Too much coddling. Don't no real man let a bitch run around and do whatever she want. Look at it in the movie Malcolm X. Elijah Muhammad says in there, I'm women run around in the streets wayward, and crazy, and deranged. Like, y'all letting the same thing happen, man. Y'all let bitches come in and say anything. Don Richards' allegations against Diddy include accusations of groping, harassment, forced stripping, food, sleep deprivation, and unpaid wages. I don't agree with none of that, but I'll say what she probably could have mistaken what was sleep deprivation was the fact that, yeah, we were up for 2-3 days sometimes. Sometimes we would drop down in the city, like, say we'd be in Miami. We drop down in Miami, we get there in Miami on Thursday, right? We might get 3 hours, 4 hours sleep. Next thing you know, our man's Chrome, he coming to wake us up by 9:30. All right, niggas, get on up now. I know we ain't got to go now, but around about 1 o'clock we're leaving. Well, nigga, why you in here 9 a.m.? Just get up, P. Bro, get the fuck up. Hey, yo, we got to go, bro. I love the guys I work with, man. Some of my best memories with those guys. We would go a day, 2 days without sleeping, literally, you know? And then the next thing you know, shit, it's Monday. It's time to roll out. Now we on our way back to New York. Still ain't sleeping. You might not sleep again until you get back to the tri-state. Now, if you want to be in the game, you're going to quickly learn as an artist or any upcoming artist right now that's worth anything. They'll tell you the same thing. Go ask Lil Baby how often he sleep. Go ask Jay-Z how often he sleep. Go ask, I don't know, go ask Cardi B when she's touring, how long does she sleep? Go ask, I don't know, you can ask most of your artists that are worth a damn and worth mentioning or have you saying, they're all going to tell you the same thing. Listen, sometimes I'm lucky if I get 3 or 4 hours sleep or a cat nap in the van. That used to be a spot to sleep at. You could go into the back of the Suburbans or whatever. Boom. Knock out for about 2 or 3 hours while you're not needed. But you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like when I hear niggas say relevant, that sound like a term, that term relevant, right? You know that come from the LGBTQ community, right? So when you call yourself Big Slim, I'm dead serious. Like up this way, that's who used to say that shit. Like the crowds down in Jersey and shit like that were into that crowd, because that's where we know it from. So like most people in the New York City tri-state area, if you say so, I'm just helping you out, just in case you ever say that to another nigga from this area. When you say, yo, are you relevant? It's almost like you saying, hey girl, you relevant enough, girl? You know what I'm saying? So if you base it on the terms of a nigga that hold on one second. Let me see something. 12 years, you had 17 subscribers. I don't think you relevant enough for me to even answer that question. You've been on here 12 years and you got how many subscribers? So you got to watch what you say before you say. You got to think of all angles before you say what you say. You see what I'm saying? You wasn't prepared for that. You was prepared to run it like you was the man on here. You've been here for 12 years and you got 17 subscribers. See, I don't need to do that. See, I've been here for 5 years and I got 30K. So we got to ask the question of really, you got to ask the question of yourself, sir, are you relevant enough? Before you ever ask somebody, are they relevant? Second of all, that's an LBGT2. That's what that's. A lot of these quotes that y'all be saying, we know them from that Jersey scene. The Jersey folks that used to come up to New York and party, and like nobody gave a fuck. They all be at like, if you know New York, you know what I'm talking about. They would all be at Lime, like there's everybody in there. There's all people at Speed. There's all people at Exit. Hell, even the Tunnel was a hip hop fucking shrine for music. Had folks in the LGBTQ community. The folks have always been around New York, Jersey, Connecticut, that's where they party at. So one thing we get key on is their terms. And they say certain shit. Don't say nothing else in my chat room. You're not relevant enough. 12 years and 17 subscribers talking about relevancy. Shut your bitch ass up. Yeah, I ain't answering your question. You ain't relevant enough for me to answer the question. Because let me tell you something. Niggas that talk like that in those tones are usually snakes. That's what I found. Niggas that talk like that, they're looking for, let me tell you something. Be very careful, people, when you see an opportunity and what you think is an opportunity. Thank you very much, Mary. Versus someone who's trying to aptly take advantage of the moment because they think it's going to end. It's going to be advantageous for them. Let me give you an example. Some people will do things or say things with the intention of they hope at the end it'll be advantageous to them at the very end. You understand? So, for example, I'll give you an example, right? A lot of people can't understand, and they'll say to you, why was you down there at the Diddy trial? Why are you always talking about Diddy? And I just showed y'all. I said, well, I worked for the nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I worked for the nigga for 17 years. What you really are missing in the conversation is when I say, yo, I worked for the nigga for 17 years, you would think that people would praise you. But no, instead, and I'm not talking about the work ethic, the evangelist. Look at this, 118 people in here. Y'all can't double tap and hit the screen and hit the like button. That's amazing. I told you I got a lot of hate followers. That's why I told you. Like the anti-Diddy crews, they're really the mental ill people online. Because I know rational person after a verdict has been reached keeps on with the same diatribe. People that are mentally ill and trying to sell a narrative do things like that because they're doing it for their own good. That's why I keep trying to tell you there's a lot of people online that are selling narratives. You understand? So, for example, when you get people that come into your chat rooms and things like that or whatever, a lot of them have different notions. So when somebody says, it doesn't matter what you write, dog. We're not reading anything that you said. So you can keep typing all you want to. In about 2 minutes, I'm about to block you if you keep typing in my chat room because you came in here and you try to be slick with your dissing. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't like people that's being slick with their dissing. You understand? Like, you don't have a foot to stand on any longer. The trial is over. So now you're clinging to either what the sentence is going to be or clinging to, you know what, and I heard this before the trial started. They didn't out for this. Like, you got all kinds of weirdo motherfuckers. They this mad that one nigga didn't go to jail, but don't have the same vibration for Harvey Weinstein, for any of these other men, particularly these white gentlemen who are opposite of them. They don't have a word, quiet as a church mouse. That's why I like Common said, I see the bitch in you. I see the bitch in you, nigga. These other motherfuckers don't see, but I see it. That's a bitch. You avoiding confrontation with them because you feel comfortable having confrontation with us. Pussy. Don't think I see it? I see it. I see you for who you really are. And women, you need to start seeing these men for who they really are too. Because if they scared to talk shit about a white man, that means they scared to defend you. Don't you get it? In my chat room, talking about, you relevant, girl? Telling yourself Big Slim. Sound like Big Sissy to me. Hey, Big Sissy. So anyway, don't write nothing else in my chat room, Big Sissy. Somebody come up and rob y'all. Big Sissy, you his girlfriend, right? Somebody come up to rob y'all. Big Sissy like, oh no, girl. Take off before you do. Anyway. These advantageous, let me break down their signs. These advantageous, shut the fuck up. These advantageous, I called you girl. See, that's the other thing too. You can't contemplate, you can't, see, that's the other thing too. You find problem with niggas. Niggas can never comprehend things for what they were intended. You see how Mary had to come in and correct you? She said he just did answer your question. You understand what I'm saying? Not black people, niggas. Only niggas talk like him. So you notice the first thing he said was, right, I didn't call you a girl. No, bitch, nigga, I called you a girl. I ain't used the word relevant, you did. And then had the nerve to call yourself Big Slim. Your new nickname is Big Sissy. On this channel, everybody say what's up to Big Sissy. Anti-Diddy crusader. No, I don't do interviews. That's how I know you knew. I don't find, see, this is the thing niggas will see out of me. And I'm gonna keep on reading this thing about Don Richards, but I wanna put this in perspective. I worked for Puff for 17 years. That's my fams. You understand what I'm saying? The whole people I worked with, some of the staff that I did know, some of the staff that I didn't know, they fam too. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I was hurt when I saw niggas, because I know who Vosh is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't even know Puff had a sister. I said that a fucking year ago. I was like, yo, and I was talking about something totally different. I said, when we went up there to the Bilderberg Bad Boy Worldwide, over across the street from the Ed Sullivan there, you know what I'm saying? Keisha was at the front desk. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they feed off my energy, so I don't respond to delete him off your page and continue doing what you're doing. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. And anybody know me, put up my cash app if y'all could, man. We gotta make some bread this week. You know what I'm saying? They didn't try everything they could. They sent over ops over here. That's why I said they real. Y'all think that the people that were involved with Puff are dirt bags or whatever, including myself. But no, the real dirt bags are these people that are anti-Diddy. If you pay attention to their behavior, you'll see very well. They act like teenagers. They act like teenagers. You don't see the shit they write in the chat room. They act like teenagers. So when a nigga come up to you like Big Sissy in the chat room talking about, do you plan on doing interviews, girl? Or are you relevant enough? Motherfucker, I just told you I was around for 17 fucking years. No, I don't plan on doing no interviews. And this is the thing you need to pay attention to and that sucker niggas don't pay attention to. I'm never fleeted from what I said from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like you don't see the reality in it, and the reality is something that y'all motherfucking are missing. And that missing narrative is this right here, right? I'm loyal. If I was rolling with you, if I was rolling with your mans and them, I'd be that one nigga that wasn't out there sitting there snitching on you. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I saw what you wrote before that. Don't be trying to get friendly now, hoe ass nigga. I saw what you wrote before. You know what I'm saying? See what I mean? Like, you gotta watch niggas. Like, he wrote some slick shit and then he erased it and then wrote some cool shit. Nah, nigga, that's your temperament. Get the fuck out of my chat. I'm loyal. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I'm the last of the Mohicans, whatever, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not going. I don't come for niggas like that. I'm not sitting up doing interviews with niggas for fucking what? Hey, yo, son, yeah, I remember back in 2004. Now, you've been sitting around these niggas for 17 years. You mean you've been collecting a dossier on niggas? So listen to what I'm telling you. If a nigga been sitting around you for 15, 5, 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, whatever, and all of a sudden they come up to the internet and they start saying shit about you or whatever, that is the motherfucker you should stay the fuck away from for the rest of your life. Fuck that. Friendship over, coolness over, memories over. Matter of fact, burn you and the memories, nigga. I ain't sticking around no niggas like that, nigga. You can't come around us no more. How about that? You can live, you can move, but you know don't come in these spaces. You come in these spaces, it's dangerous. Like Bean said, it's dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, and a lot of niggas know that. You can sit up here in front on these cameras if you want to. Nigga, you scared. You real scared. There's a lot of niggas like this right now. Shit, what's gonna happen? You scared, nigga. A lot of niggas be trying to play off like they ain't scared. Nigga, I know when you scared. I'm from up this way too. I know when you scared. Scary niggas, they start talking a lot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right? So anyway, long story short, you know what I mean? The thing I'm trying to tell you is this, man. Watch for people in the anti-Diddy camps. As you can see, they're consistently wrong. Now I'm going to read this over again so y'all can hear this. We take it from the top. And then I want to read you another article from just yesterday, or day before yesterday when I read this one, about Sarah Stokes. And I told you in that video, and y'all can go listen to that video for yourself so you'll see I'm consistent with what I say. But her suit was tossed too. And as I'm staying consistent, and before we talk about John Richard, I just want to say this because I'm going to find him and get him up out of here. Big Sissy. Big Sissy wrote a whole bunch of shit in here, whatever, whatever. And I just didn't like, now you didn't ask me straight up. You asked me a question like a woman. I'm not a woman, Big Sissy. I'm a guy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a guy. You dig me? And I'm an older guy. I'm not 20 years old. I'm not 25. So I don't listen to words like that. Are you relevant enough? Hey, girl. I wouldn't sit down with you, motherfucker. Put it that way. You been here for 17 years, 12 years and got 17 subscribers. You ain't set the world on fire. Who is this right here? Here's another one. Diddy got away with being a pedo. Okay, so Greg Nesson, we're going to do this. Because you sound like the pedo. You think about kids. Be wary of niggas that sit around and talk about people are pedos. Those are usually the pedos. In my experience, and any real nigga that's in here, it's 4 things I always notice. 1, when I was in jail, the niggas that scream, let me tell you something, the niggas that scream anti, and I'm going to say this very heavily to y'all, whatever. The dudes that be screaming out people are gay or people are LBGTQ or whatever the fuck term y'all want to use, people that be screaming that out the most, that's usually the motherfucker. That's usually the motherfucker. And I swear to God to you, there used to be, I was locked up before. When I was locked up before, there used to be niggas up in there and they be screaming that, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sound you, these niggas got 10, 15, 20 years, right? Next thing you know, you see this motherfucker hugged up in the shower or hugged up in the shell or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Ghostface said, come home acting like it ain't happened. And I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I ain't knocking nobody for what they do, but I'm just saying, you get a lot of dudes that will scream that anti-LBGT shit, and girls too. And those be the ones that's actually the gay motherfuckers. So that's 1. 2, the second trope that they use, this person broke, that person broke, this person broke. Compared to who? You? Listen, if you ain't never seen $100,000, fuck what I got right now. If you ain't never seen $100,000 at the bare minimum, you do not deserve to be in a conversation with me about money. Ever. Ever. If you lived in that same apartment, in that same shithole that you lived in for the past, 10 years, you ain't got no conversation with me. None whatsoever. You ain't never had a mortgage. You ain't got no conversation with me. That's why I tested yesterday and I said, when I was talking about Umar Johnson, I was like, we got people talking about Umar Johnson. They never even had a mortgage. How the fuck you know? What's the procedure upon applying for a proper mortgage at a low API? Like, these motherfuckers had no idea. And now one person in the chat room could break it down for me. So you got a lot of people, and that's one of the disadvantages things about here on this app, is you got a lot of people that are uneducated, hateful, want to see nothing but destruction every day. You notice I got 150 people in here with only 26 likes, right? That's strategic. The people that are listening to me are people that are either racist. I had a whole bunch of them over here yesterday. I had one dude try to spell out nigger in my chat room. Y'all saw him yesterday? So I get a mix of, this is what YouTube is doing now. They're sending you, and this is why we're not getting a high CPM nowadays. If y'all wondering, hey, I'm gonna throw y'all some game. The people that are in my chat room right now either don't know me, either racist, either misandrous, anti-Diddy, or just specifically are just assholes. One of the four. And this is the name of the game now here on YouTube. So what y'all allowed people to do is y'all allow the subscribers to feel a little too special. And the thing is that the subscribers are not as poised as the content creators. For the subscriber, it's like all frills done because nobody sees me. All frills done because I'm anonymous. All frills done. So they don't have the same temperament as we do because we under regulations and rules to keep the CPM, especially if you have AdSense. Do you dig? For all my content creators, whether I like you or don't like you. Y'all's fucking encouragement, though, of these fucking wayward, sometimes retarded, sometimes mentally ill, sometimes fucking pedophilic, and everything else type of motherfuckers that hide in the winst of you. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't believe me, start checking your audiences. When you're finding your audiences outside the trolls that you find, I'm talking about content creators. It doesn't matter if you like me or don't like me. Check within your audiences. What you'll start finding is, you'll start finding motherfuckers that are actually the pedophiles. You'll start finding motherfuckers that are actually the SA guys. You'll start finding motherfuckers that actually sit around and harass women on a daily basis. They might not do it on this app, but they'll do it on another app. You know that motherfucker that been hitting you ladies for the past year? Talking about, good morning, sunshine. Good morning, queen. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, God. And it always comes around between the hours of 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. 9 a.m. That motherfucker. You're not paying attention to his behavior. He doing the same thing you accusing and pointing your finger at Puff for doing, or other people for doing. He's doing it to you. And you'll say, oh, that's my subscriber. That's my subscriber. Ask the average bitch that be on OnlyFans the conversation she has when she's talking to her fans. And they come back and holler at me. Go ask the average chick that got an OnlyFans. Ask her. Say, what's the conversations like that you have when you engage with fans? What kind of messages do you get? Be an online model right now and have your inbox open. Some of the girls have gotten so slick. It's gotten so bad with them, they make it so you can't even comment on this shit. You can just like it or don't like it. These dudes write my wife all the time and she doesn't respond. Bam. I can't make this up. Know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't give me credit for knowing the game like I know the game. I see what I see. Trust me, before the internet was popping, son, where I was first started at Bad Boy, we had to find everything out like this. You understand what I'm saying? So my method of engagement is totally different than y'all's. And it actually is better. Because everything y'all gotta find it digitally. I don't have to find anything digitally. I know ways of circumnavigating around you motherfuckers will take you 2-3 hours to figure out. I know how to make one interaction and find out everything I need to know. That's the difference between you and I. That's why, to answer your question, Big Sissy, I don't sit down for interviews with niggas. I can make $2,000 here, $1,000 there, whatever. Who don't want to talk to the nigga that worked at the company for 17 years? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk to the strippers? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk to the strippers, but the strippers are victims, so y'all continue to victimize. Nobody ever brings this up. And now I'm continuing to read about Don Richard and all that. Nobody ever brings up in the conversation that Puff got convicted for the male prostitutes. The same male prostitutes that everybody is sitting around talking about, yo, you want to sit down and talk? You want to sit down and talk? Here's $1,000, here's $2,000, $4,000. I don't know how much they charge it. But the victims that claimed their conviction was given because of their victimization. I want Judge Samarinian to please realize that these men are not victims. They don't feel like victims. None of the interviews they've sat down, they talked about victimhood. The only thing they talked about is how they had a good time smashing out and slutting out Cassie. See, our boys keep going to continue to do the interviews. Vlad, great job. Great job, Vlad. So anyway, like I was saying, in all these interviews that these fellas are doing, y'all do realize that Puff was convicted because of them. Not the girls, not Cassie, not Gia, not Daphne. No. He was convicted because of the boys. See how a couple people just dropped off here? Because they don't want to admit that. That's why I keep trying to tell you. This is why this anti-Diddy shit is getting retarded. And y'all helping him with y'all little diatribes. Y'all don't even realize it. Keep writing your anti-Diddy shit. I need at least 10 of them a day from some of y'all motherfuckers. Some of y'all slacking right now. I need a heavy dosage of anti-Diddy shit on your page. I need it. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna figure it. Don't worry about it. I need a heavy dose, especially from you, little light-skinned gal. This week and next week, I need a whole bunch of anti-Diddy posts from you, and you specifically, you mostly. You understand what I'm saying? Appreciate that. So, you know what I mean? No mambo. Entonces, yo no soy un dominicano, entonces la mambo, es la música de la puertorriqueño, yo no dominicano, no, yo soy la cubano, la mareno, ahí dice. Entonces, yo soy un 12. Pues sí, yo representando a la gente dominicano, tú sabes, porque yo tiene la gente, pero los dominicanos, mucha gente, pero la gente era dominicano, tú sabes, esos mis amigos en la barrio, en Nueva York, tú sabes, pero ese es lo más importante. Esta es la historia diferente, entonces, la gente en la tora, un negro, entonces, no creo que sí. So, pero mi mente en la corazón, en la sangre, ahí dice, entonces, yo hablo esta. Pero mi amigo ahí dice, exato mundo, en un momento, en la historia, pero americano, pero la gente latino, entonces sabe, en un momento, yo tenía la gente ahí, that song, remember 1, 2, 3, everybody in the car, come, let's ride fat. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta say no more. Yeah, that nigga Latino. Anyway, honest, he never did like Diddy. You ain't like Diddy? That's what's up, man. You ain't gotta like no nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't, but you gotta find out if somebody guilty or not. And if somebody's been found guilty or not guilty, you can't keep on sitting around. And my uncle like to fuck with me like that. He'll wait till I'm live and then want to call me and shit. I love you, uncle, but you a fucking asshole. I'll call your old ass in a minute. Anyway, that's my real uncle. Like, so kill that shit. Damn, uncle, you made me forget my fucking thought. Nah, free Diddy. Yeah, I feel the same way. I ain't up with keeping no nigga. Like, basically what this anti-Diddy crowd is saying, keep a nigga that's not guilty, make him guilty anyway. That's why I keep trying to tell you. Y'all gotta watch for people like that. Like, imagine niggas, I've never, that's why it's like, it's mind-boggling to me, because I'm like, I've never remember a period where niggas, because historically niggas have always spoke against the police and both, right? Here's a period where nigga in history and time, and I want y'all to pay attention, because this is a semblance of what's to come. That's what y'all don't even realize. If it's a group of, it was over 200, 300 plus niggas down at the courthouse talking about, yeah, lock that nigga up. Saying it in front of major media from all international. They down there pouring baby oil on them. National outlets are seeing and shit. These niggas these niggas literally, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, what's his name? Because I actually like Sean. He was actually cool. He walked past me, and I was live, and I guess that's why he ain't saying nothing. But he walked past me with 2 bras or whatever. And then there was a heavy set nigga down there. I guess he's part of the LGBTQ community too. I think he was from. I heard him mention he said he was from Jersey or whatever. But shout out to him because he was cool. I actually met him the very last day of the trial, and I directed him to get around so he could get in and get into the get a little closer to film and shit. I liked where I was at. I was a little bit more advantageous where I was at. Because like once they get past me, I would have to walk off after that. So it's might as well stay where I'm at. They're gonna come to you. But anyway, they were cool, but niggas was down there pouring baby oil, and I was like, nah, nigga, don't you see that there's outlets in like China, Brazil, everywhere? And depending, these people are not familiar with the culture. So the way they're gonna say it, and the way it appears to these international communities, they're gonna look at themselves and say, well, it's true, they do like chicken. Look, they already got some oil. You stupid motherfucker. I said that day. That day, I had so many people barrage me, and then more people started coming out saying the same thing. Why the fuck would y'all be down there with your shirts all pouring baby oil on each other? Looking like fucking, it looked like a plantation, like they had just taken over the plantation, and everybody was in the field dancing. I said, these niggas, yo, it was too much like going on down there. Y'all niggas don't know you had to be there. You had to be there. And me, lone soldier, but not lone soldier. Like, I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. After this shit, this bad boy shit is on my back, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Like, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I know I can go up around Puff. I know I can. You know what I'm saying? So, and my whole point is, taking heed that when you come to me and you talking about me, pay attention to the notion of what's going on. You got a whole bunch of niggas right now that's mad because a nigga didn't go to jail. Black people mad because another nigga didn't go to jail. A nigga that wasn't convicted for none of the shit they were saying. A nigga that was never charged. I had a nigga in my chat room right there. He had a whole bunch of pedo shit he got away with. Okay, if you know about pedo shit he got away with, present it. Present it. Present it to the prosecutor and prove your shit. There was niggas that were talking about they were the inside edition of everything Diddy, didn't even show up to motherfucking testify. So at this point, y'all niggas is looking pussy. And you look like liars. And the black crowds, because of their motherfucking temperament and their hate for black American men, they just pile onto it, including this bitch. Including this bitch right here on the screen. You understand what I'm saying? The strippers are the only victims in this, according to the judge, and all that shit. This is what he was convicted of. He was convicted of the male prostitutes. Now, these men, and I want Judge Samarinian to take this into consideration. Judge Samarinian, you take this into consideration. These same men who are victims, according to the law and how the law is adjudicated, have since after the day after the conviction been on multiple, including our friend Vlad, hey Vlad, multiple different outlets expressing their sentiment of how they had such crazy, outrageous sex with Cassie. You understand what I'm saying? In detail. And they laugh, they giggle, they chuckle. Nobody's ever crying. Nobody's ever saying, no, I was a victim. God damn, puppy. I'm going to let help them out. But my point is, you understand what I'm saying? The men are the victims. And instead of the men, like, let's roll reverse here. Say if it would have been the girls, right? And the girls, and Puff had been convicted of the girls. Now these girls are sitting down telling interviews and all that or whatever. You think they would be laughing and giggling if they were victims? Do you think they would be laughing and giggling? Oh yeah, I never mean Puff my first sexual assault. You think they would be like that? These niggas is laughing and giggling when they're in the interview. Sorry, fellas, no offense. You know what I'm saying? Chances are I might run into you in NY. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But the point is, I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying, y'all niggas are sitting there. How much y'all getting paid for them interviews? It's got to be like 4 to 5, 12. How much? Y'all cashing out right now. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas are sitting there with major media, whatever. These is the victims, the men. The men is the victims. This is why Puff was convicted. Am I lying or not? If I'm lying, anybody disagree with me, write it in the chat room. I'll listen. No. What we got is a silly stash of motherfuckers that stands by for a story. And instead of having accordance and judicial, no. Yeah, it was called free love, basically. Listen, man, if that's the case, every nigga in America need to be in jail under the new laws they got now. Listen, you grabbed her and touched her on the shoulder and she told you stop, arrest them. That's what it's going to get to. You know what I'm saying? And what you bitches going to start seeing, you're going to start looking hard-faced like Dawn Rashad here, that hard-faced ass bitch. I never thought she was pretty. Like, and I'll be honest with truthfully with you, and I'm on record as saying that I think Kalina, the dark skinned one, she was prettier. I never liked this hard face looking bitch. She was hard face looking back then, bitch. I hope you hear me too. I never thought you were pretty. On my mama, I never thought you were pretty. Like, there's girls that are made up pretty. She was one of them. I can't stand no hard face, makeup pretty bitch. I don't like them. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Give me a second, y'all. I just have to make sure I share this. The hate be deep over here on my channel, you know? It was definitely called Free Love. People forget about the era of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It has been a word and a put. I'm so glad you said that. I was reading your comment. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I wonder if we should have asked Ozzy what was some of his philanthropy he spread across this good world before he passed. I wonder if we should have asked Hulk Hogan, because his wife sure did have a problem with him slinging D coast to coast. You understand what I'm saying? Did you see Hulk Hogan's wife before he passed? Huh? That broad was at least 25 years younger than him. You know what I'm saying? Listen, old man, if you about 70, go get your bitches about 50 something. You can even go 47. Don't go no lower than 47. Right? Don't go no lower than, you about 70 something. Don't go no lower than 47. Anything after that, you in danger, Papa. You in danger. It's dangerous. Shout out to Beanie Siegel. That's my it's dangerous. Love Beanie Siegel, man. Shout out to Beans. Anyway, listen, man, let me tell you something, right? It's dangerous. That nigga meant that way. It's hard. Like, for real. Love when niggas get on that talk like that. Anyway, long story short here. My point is, a lot of these guys, what's going on, Lee? A lot of these guys are not mentioning what it really was back in those times, and I come from them times, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a nigga come over here the other day, son. Do I look 60, my nigga? Like, cause I be having people tell me, like, okay, so the average chicks I be pulling probably be around about like anywhere from the span of like 28. I think that's the youngest I met. I'm gonna say for this summer, 28, and they span to about like 43-ish. I find that women that are older than me, they often, most of the time, tell me I don't look the age I do, or I don't look old enough for them. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, like, and I don't want to look like an old nigga. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm coming from the music industry. We're heavy on the opposite. I don't want to be forced into, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I get it. Some people just don't have the same genome. I guess, I don't know. I'm not making fun of anybody. What I'm saying is, I don't know. Some people want you to share the same experience they having. And I think that's what's going on right now with Black America as far as this YouTube shit, and Latin America. It's like a crab in the bucket. At the same time, it's like, we want to see the worst ending for you. Let's watch the finale. You know, we want to see him hang. I've never seen people so willing to quickly to prosecute, indoctrinate, demonize their own men. And that's scary, son. You know what I'm saying? That's scary. Because there was so many women out there at the Diddy trial. So many. Collecting hundreds of dollars. And all of them were wrong. And really the whole case was, it was free love, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. This bitch was calling up the strippers, you know, the victims. We're going to start referring to them as the victims. Those are real victims. They want to call Cassie and the other. Now, them bitches was participators. We're going to reference Cassie, Gia, and the other one as participators from now on. They are no longer victims, because under law, they are not victims. The victims are the scrippers. You know what I'm saying? And my condolences are with you, fellas. And boy, nigga said, yo, when I had in the Dougie like this. He said, I had in the Dougie like this, and I ran up. I was like, shh. He said, the pump was there. I was like this. I hit it with the Dougie. I said, that shit was funny as hell. If you hear the stories of these strippers and they talk about their trice and their triangles with Cassie, you quickly start to get the issue here. The issue is, this was a freak that wanted to stop freaking. Okay, it's time for us to stop now. I got to get serious. Alex, kiss me, baby. It said she was like, which one is it? Give me a kiss, baby. That's why niggas say they get out to the kiss, but you don't know what about. Let me ask you a question, fellas. Would you go kiss Cassie in the mouth right now? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm mixing this up. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Don Rashad, but at the same time, we're talking about people in here. So anyway, Diddy's business removed from Don Rashad's ongoing abuse lawsuit. Ongoing, meaning she's continuously trying to update the lawsuit to the point where they're not going to let her amend it, but so many more times because the pure simple fact, even though I'm throwing comedy in this, they're not going to let her. I don't shame free love. I hope not. Um, she's amending the case. Let me break it down a little bit for you. When you amend the case, that means you add something or take something away, and usually it's behind the premise of this. It's probably because you've seen something transcend. Meaning, like for example, she took out one part that could have kind of coincided with doppelgang trafficking, and so she took that out of a lawsuit initially. This is before this one I'm about to read right now. Then she took some other stuff out of her thing, which I'll read in here in a few seconds here. But it's basically removing, adding, or whatever, and usually it's reactionary, meaning you saw something transcend with either a ruling or something like that. In my opinion, I think the reason she did the quick move is because she saw what was going on with Sarah Stokes. Now, I think it's more important that I read about Sarah because I told y'all this the other day. And if you was watching my live, what did I tell you? That's why I said it's better for y'all listen to me than y'all listen to these motherfuckers guessing. I told y'all the other day, I said, she's just the first. I said, there's more to come, but wait, it gets worse. And if I said that like that, okay. But y'all go listen to that little light-skinned gal that been wrong the whole time. Y'all was giving her thousands. Now, you're doing such a great job. Here's $200. He was giving that chick money because she was light-skinned. Y'all thought she was cute, and she was a great representation of black women. Fact is, 99.9% of black women in America don't look like her. But white women and biracial women look like her. They go to show you where they want to be seen at versus who they are. I believe a lot of black American women actually want to be seen as the new white woman. That's a theory of mine. Not all, but a high majority. And you could tell. I've never seen an era again where black women don't even talk like black women or minority women in general. Have you never noticed that most minority women, black, white, Latin, any minority woman, they always, when they're in a certain situation, what's the first thing they want to talk about? They don't want to talk like in the octave of their hood motherfucker. They want to talk in the octave of, hello, well, of course. And you'll be like, I knew my mom used to do that shit sometimes. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I mean, that ain't the woman to be beating our asses in the store. Who is this motherfucker? And she used to do shit like that, like we go to church and shit like that. Not in business and not in business, she didn't give a fuck. But like we go to church or whatever, you know, you gotta put we a unit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mom though, man. It's for real on that one. Making a band singer Sarah Rivers dealt legal blow in Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit. Now, like I said, this is what I talk about, the reactionary, all right? August 14th, 2025 is when this is dated. Keep that date locked in your head. August 14th, 2025. That was just what? 2 days back, right, guys? 2 days back. So Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle with Making the Band alum Sarah Rivers is nearing the close after a New York judge ordered that all charges against the embattled music mogul be dismissed. All charges against the embattled music mogul be dismissed. After a New York judge ordered all charges against the embattled music mogul be dismissed. Now, this is with Sarah. This is from Making the Band, all right? I'm going to show you a picture of it in a second if you don't know who she is. So that was removed. Rivers, who appeared at Combs' early 2000 reality show Making the Band, became a member of hip-hop group The Band. Sued Combs in February This is the time that he's getting ready to go to court, a little shortly before he's getting ready to go to court. And I was down there at the courthouse just doing the preempt for jury selections. On allegations, this is when they first started the rumblings on it. On allegations of unwanted touching, creating a hostile work environment, and fraud while filming the MTV show. This is what she said. Allegations of unwanted touching. We got Freddie P and Chopper that broke it down how she was busting down. But I will digress. Okay? On 4 different episodes of the Art of Dialogue. 4 different episodes. You say 4? 4. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit that like button. I know just a lot of y'all here is hating. I know a lot of y'all here trying to get information. I know a lot of y'all here gonna go and regurgitate this on your page, act like it was your story, but it wasn't. But it wasn't. But it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Also, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. Anybody in the African American community, I'm not talking about you when I say Cash App, because I know y'all anti-black male right now, and that's the sentiment. And y'all got a whole bunch of anti-black male black men that roll with you with the same sentiment. You can't be on here asking black people for money. You better go like the rest of us, go to the white man. You better not say nothing bad about myself, Hamden. You slave motherfuckers. I ain't never heard a whole bunch of... Yeah, listen, you know you in a sad environment. Let me tell you what that sounds like. A nigga will tell you some shit. A nigga came on here and said, get a job. I said, well, this is my job, my nigga. I'm monetized here on this page, so this is how I make money. So a nigga will tell you, well, go get a job. And he get this rhetoric from a bitch. And the bitch will think because she see him as somebody in the world that the rest of us should see him as somebody in the world. And I'll be like, bitch, I'll pop you and that nigga. So, I'm just playing. I'm joking. But anyway, long story short, right? It's a joke. Don't worry. Anyway, long story short is you'll have these crazy nigga and super bitch. They'll be online. And basically, they just pop from place to place, delivering their little shroom or whatever they believe is masculinity or whatever. Mind you, behind all of these motherfuckers couldn't hire nobody. You couldn't hire nobody, and you don't understand when you use that term. You don't realize the frailty of what you're showing. If somebody else of any other culture is in my shit and they say, if a white man don't have a job, he can go to another white man and get a job. If a Jewish man don't have a loan, he can go to another Jewish man and get a loan. If an Italian needs a bar or machine at a construction site or whatever, he could go to a person that's Italian that rents machines and he'll get it. See, the only culture I've ever found that doesn't practice this and only practices solidarity and priority of women in the culture, even over the men, is African Americans. And it's to your frailty. They worship women. The Romans used to do the same thing. They worshiped women. Caligula was one of them. He worshiped women. And they were destroyed. Shall be yours if you don't watch what you're doing. You will cease to exist. Anyway, well, do what you want. Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle with Making the Band alum Sarah Rivers is nearing the close after a New York judge ordered that all charges against the embattled music mogul be dropped. Rivers, who appeared in the Combs' early 2000 reality show Making the Band 2, became a member of the hip-hop group The Band, sued Combs in February on allegations of unwanted touching, creating a hostile work environment, and fraud while filming the MTV show. The singer also sued several of Combs' companies, businesses. Now, this is the same thing that Don Richard did. Sued several of Combs' companies and businesses associates for their alleged involvement, including Combs' mother, Janice Combs. Now, this is Sarah. This is Sarah from Making the Band. Y'all remember this here. I'm going to find a picture of Sarah so y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Let me show y'all who Sarah is, if you don't know who Sarah is. Where's Sarah at? There she is. I like to call her. Here's another hard-faced bitch. Look at this hard-faced motherfucker. Look at this hard-faced mother. This is a hard-faced motherfucker. Don't she look like Beyonce's mama? Not Beyonce. She look like Beyonce's mom. She look like Tina Knowles there. I like to call that the light skin getting ready to hit the wall, period. You know what I'm saying? All light-skinned girls, they go through a period when they look like this for about a couple years. And then all of a sudden, they go into old auntie shriveled up mode. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a gamble when you date a light-skinned girl. I'm trying to tell you. You're taking a gamble. If you dating a light-skinned black girl, you dating a light-skinned, believe it or not, the only ones that hold up on the light-skinned part of the game is Latinas. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There's a couple light-skinned girls that hold up, but not like Latinas. They're the only one in the light-skinned diatribe that seem to hold up. There's a few light-skinned black women that hold up, but for the most part, they don't. They start getting a little bit, you know what I'm saying? They start getting a little bit, what's her name? It's some nigga named Paul White Oaks Wallace. Oh, you that fat nigga to be down in Atlanta. If you make so much money, hit the cash app, nigga. That's why I try to tell you. You just proved my point, Paul. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I mean, Paul. If you in my chat room, you talking about how much money you got, nigga, you ain't never seen over $200,000. Shut the fuck up. I worked for Bad Boy for 17 years. Don't talk to me about money. You talking about corner money, nigga? You like for me, you 25 years back. You know what I'm saying? And you will be going just like the rest of them. They caught Pablo Escobar, nigga, they gonna catch you. They caught Scarface, they gonna catch you. You understand what I'm saying? So being in somebody's chat in 2025 talking about you make money on the corner, that's where you will die at, nigga. That's where whether it's figuratively, whether it's in jail, or whether it's by the hands of somebody else, that will be your funeral parlor. So don't come up in my chat room, dog, talking shit to me, talking about you a money-making nigga, because all you money-making niggas, one thing I find thinking about you, all y'all that's online, y'all never donate no money because you ain't got no money. You just lying to make yourself look popular. You ain't got a lot of kicking, my nigga. Just hit the like button. That's all. You ain't got a lot of kicking. I don't like no suck-ass niggas, nigga. I've been around real money all my life. So anyway, long story short, moving on. You heard that part right there. That Sarah did the same thing. In the August 14 ruling, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, Judge Jed S. Rockoff ordered that the 21 of the 22 listed charges in Rivers' lawsuit, which spanned racketeering, isn't that ironic? Assault, battery, forced labor. Now, the forced labor comes from, like I told you before, we were being forced to perform. We didn't really want to be superstars. Puff made us want to be superstars. In August 14 ruling, the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, Judge J.S. Rocker ordered that 21 of the 22 charges listed in Rivers' lawsuit, which spans from racketeering, assault, battery, forced labor, and forced imprisonment, should be dismissed with prejudice, meaning this bitch can't refile them. That's why Dawn made sure she removed her charges on her own. For what? So they wouldn't be dismissed with prejudice. Good move. Good move. Good move. But you know me, what do I know? I'm stupid, right? They just call me professional for nothing. One of the best things about me is my biggest advantage is I'm counting on you to think I'm stupid. I'm counting on you to think I'm stupid. I'm not your cuz. Don't come up in here with your motherfucking illegal ass. If you part of any gang, if you part of any of that shit, do not come in my chat room. I don't fuck with that. I ain't supposed to be talking to convicted motherfucking fitted or potential ones any motherfucking way. You understand me? Stay the fuck out of my chat. Don't come up in here with that motherfucking gang shit, nigga. Take your hot ass, go on over there and get your indictment like the rest of us. Don't come over this motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck you involved in. For real. 2025 is not the time to be running around online talking about what up, cuz, what up, blood. Nigga, they out here. Look, go ask Adam 22. He'll prove it to you. Don't come over here with that shit. No. It's all love. Hell, I'll throw you a blanket if you're cold. I'll throw you some water if you're on fire. All right, bro, blood, cuz, whatever y'all call them. But nah, don't come up in this motherfucker writing that shit in my chat room. We don't play that shit over here. Nah, take your hot ass on over there, motherfucker. Nah. Nothing 225 niggas out here. It'd be funny as hell, too. It'd be the young niggas be out here doing 1995 moves, right, in 2025. See, in 1995, niggas used to run around, motherfuckers screaming out what gang they was in and all that shit or whatever, right? Now, because you niggas need to learn. Shut the fuck up. It's niggas like you that niggas end up in jail. See this nigga Sean right here? You pay attention to a nigga like that, you will end up in jail. You see what I'm saying? You will end up in jail. Trust me when I tell you. You see that nigga Sean Ramsey in here? Don't ever follow behind a motherfucker like that. You will end up in jail. And that's the problem. It be a lot of the old niggas. The old niggas will be sitting out here doing the same shit at 45, 50, 55 years old, and they be encouraging the young niggas. So let me give you an advantage. Let me give you an advantage here, Sean, because you sound like a little slow type nigga. If you ain't learned anything at this Diddy trial, is when them niggas come, they come. You understand what I'm saying? And when they come at you, they coming at you with everything they got, as you saw with Diddy. They upcharged the stakes by like 3 or 4 times or whatever. They still got a conviction. They didn't get the conviction at how they wanted to. You understand what I'm saying? But they got the conviction. You understand me? So that's that. There's no arguing that. But when you got niggas that's in your chat room, you understand what I'm saying? When you got niggas that's in your chat room and they pumping up the scene and amping up the scene and telling you, nah, nigga, do that. You out of your mind. In 95, 2,000 niggas would stand out on the corner, be like, yo, I'm with this crew, I'm with that crew, yo, fuck that, I'm with this crew, da-da-da-da-da. Police would ride by you, they look at you, they be like, ah, but they hadn't really figured it out yet. You understand what I'm saying? How deep it went, the trenches of it went. This is nationally. Shalom. So, falling behind that, you started to learn some things from the periods from 95, 2000, 2005. Maybe it ain't a good idea that we out here wearing beads, for my niggas that know what I'm talking about. Maybe we need to take our rosaries off or tuck them up under our shirt now. Let's take our beads off. You know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all don't know about beads, the beads were an easy way to align you with who you were with. Even if you was a new clique, it would align you who you were with. It wasn't no gangs, it was just cliques. So motherfuckers would have their beads, you know what I'm saying? I had my own, I ain't gonna talk about nothing. But you know what I'm saying? For example, Latin Kings had black and yellow bleeds. And that's how you knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? Las Salidos, same thing. Nienta, same thing. DDP, same thing. Like, niggas had beads to recognize who they were, but then niggas started getting clear. It was like, damn, because of these beads, we ended up in SAG. Because of these beads, we ended up in the gang part. Because of these beads, we ended up in a motherfucking Rico case. Because of these beads, we ended up here. So niggas started fucking with the beads. Now, in many cases, these niggas was your daddy. Some cases, they was your granddaddy. You understand what I'm saying? And now he watching your dumb ass sit up there and do the same fucking thing. Nigga, you giving these niggas ammo to motherfucking locks, lace your ass up if anyway. If you gonna be locked up, trust me, niggas better be locked up in comfortability. You got a little record online talking about your cuz, your blood, da-da-da-da-da, all that shit, like them Adam 22 and all this shit they got going on over there. You're going to see very quickly, they're going to put your ass in the segregation part. You're going to be somewhere where you don't want to be at. You ain't going to be able to go to church. You ain't going to be able to go to motherfucking rec, none of that shit. You're going to be confined to that fucking cell. You better wake the fuck up, little nigga. And older niggas, too. So when I get an old nigga come in here and start saying that, I know you an old nigga that never been locked up before. You just been lucky. Spent 2 days in jail, something like that. I don't like niggas like that. Yeah, because I'm trying to tell you. Who's that in the photo? In the photo, that's Sarah. Who's slow? This Sean. Who's slow, Illusion? Out of there, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. He said, nah, I agree with you. Okay, so Sean Ramsey know what I'm talking about. You should know what I'm talking about then. You know what I'm saying? That's Sarah. That's a chick that tried to sue Puff for making the band. Looking like Beyonce's mama. Bad built motherfucker. Look at that. That bitch look like she should be selling gardening tools. She look like the spokesman for Zepic. I lost 100 pounds using Zepic, and now I could go to all the church functions. I lost 400 pounds using Zepic, and I'm feeling better than ever. And at the age of 58, let me tell you something. Diddy is foul. You don't even know Puss, so shut the fuck up. Diddy is not foul. You feel sorry for it? Let me ask you something, Walter Peters. Is I don't like niggas like you come into my chat room and you just want to say what you want to say, but you're not even contributing to the channel. You're not donating, and we gotta get people like that off of here. Yeah, we getting people like that out of here. But I'll let you know. Yeah, that's who Freddie P was talking about. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Dave Brown. That's who Freddie P was talking about. Before I get you out of here, Walter Peters, and not to mention that you don't have no proof of what you talking about, and you about to just get the fuck up on out of here too. I don't trust niggas like you. You about to get just the fuck up on out of here too. You see what I mean? I got strangers in here. I need my people that fuck with me in here. And that's why I said this is the play that YouTube is doing. Let me tell you something about YouTube real quick before I go into the Sarah thing. If a lot of y'all are seeing, I'm going to answer a question for y'all so to help y'all out, right? So, yo, fat man, what's up? Nigga, I'm not fat. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like, get your weird ass up out of here. Another dude coming in here trying to motherfucking flirt. Yo, for all y'all niggas in the chat, quit trying to flirt with me, nigga. Quit trying to flirt with niggas. A lot of y'all niggas be up in here whistling out your asshole trying to flirt with niggas. Stop flirting with me, nigga. Stop flirting with niggas. Niggas that come in here and think they throw a sexual innuendo joke and think it's funny. You know, you flirting with niggas. That's what we call that. You know what I'm saying? Close your ass cheeks, boy. Anyway, like I was saying, I got rid of 17 of them. So they know I was talking about them. You notice that when I said that 17 of them disappeared? I don't need the etiquette of respect. These are fucking people that are not even donating $1. What YouTube is doing is, and what they switched up was, about, I'm going to say about 8 months, maybe 9 months ago. Some people paid attention to it, some people didn't. They became very dependent. I'll get back to the Sarah thing in a minute. They became very dependent now on not your followers, not your views, became more independently concerned about what you're saying. And even if you're saying something and you think what you're saying is getting you hundreds of thousands of views or whatever the case may be, a lot of times you're getting those views because it's a setup. And so let me give you an example. A lot of times, a lot of these guys, they get their mind blown when they're talking real salacious and they're real nasty or whatever, and that keeps up the connotation to keep on continue to talk nasty about their own people look just like them because they're receiving 100, 200, 300,000 views, right? But a lot of these people, too, their baseline smart at best. You understand? I can tell by the way they talk. A lot of them will try to overly articulate. That lets me know that you're not as smart as you think you are. But a lot of them also will do another mistake. They'll also act like they're the personification of intelligence, right? And so what happens is they ride off that. White people have always done this. I live around whites. I know what I'm talking about here. So I'll give you an example. On the plantation, what they would do, they might give one of the slaves a little bit more food than the others, right? And that slave got a little bit more food because they were special. They picked more barrels of cotton or some shit, whatever it may be. They got something done, and that was a reward. Well, you want to keep that etiquette of giving motherfuckers a reward when you got them on the plantation. Now, in retrospect, I would be a free man. A lot of these motherfuckers that work for that same system, they would be the field. You understand? Now, the field help is different because I'm like Django with Django Unchained. Who that nigga up there on that nag? See, that's why I got this hat on. So the point is, you got a whole opposition of motherfuckers that's on the plantation in the field. It's like that J. Cole video, Get Off My Dick. Go watch that video. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. I can't play it here. Go watch the video by J. Cole, Get Off My D. And you'll understand exactly what I mean. You'll be like, oh, I get what he's saying. You understand what I'm saying? The field niggas, they don't want to help you. The field niggas want to destroy everything. And the field bitches, they want to too, because you got more chicken than the rest of us. He think he better than us. That's where that term come from. He got more chicken and scraps than the rest of us. He think he better than us. And that same mentality continued to exist within that culture. In Latin culture too. He think he better than us. YouTube conceded to switch up the algorithm where if you're talking salacious or you're talking nasty, they're going to push you out there. But the reason they're pushing you out there isn't the reason that you think. The reason they're pushing you out there because you're the pawn. And your confusion of thinking, well, if I talk negatively and it's getting me these hundreds of views, I might as well what? Dun, dun, dun. Continue, stupid motherfuckers. That's what I said. This batch of motherfuckers they got in this generation is a bunch of followers. They're not leaders. You don't believe me? What do they call somebody once they start to tag along behind you? What do they call them once they subscribe to your page on any of these various apps? What do they call them? A follower. It's a dynamic set up for that. If you don't understand the dynamic, you'll never understand. Basically, Alphabet Company is the leader. Okay, that's who owns Google and owns YouTube. YouTube is the engine or the vehicle that sets up for the whole ideal of what Alphabet is actually trying to push. So in hindsight, they create YouTube. Now YouTube is created, and the system that's created within it is a very simple system. Talk about what you want to, set a platform for them to talk, and have a system of followers or likes to determine whether or not they are valuable. Once they find out or not if you're valuable, and they base this off distinction, and you even hear the people that are subscribers echo it. That's how deep it goes, the mind control. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just listen to the conversation some of these motherfuckers have, you'll be very able to extract it. Like for example, I've had people come in here, you might get more followers. I said, well, you sound like an advocate for YouTube. You shouldn't write your Cash App up there because YouTube doesn't want you to get any money. Google doesn't pay you any money. So why are you asking us? That sounds like a drone for YouTube. They'll say, you would have more subscribers. That's why you don't have any more. Like they equate shit. And this is what I'm starting to figure out. Since it's really such a high schoolish elk that it's on, that's why the people are starting to sound like teenagers. Come on, guys, double tap the screen and hit the like button. Y'all hating that much? That is crazy. And then the other thing they bet on people being misandrous. They bet on people being basically online terrorists. They depend on people, especially the women now. They're leaning a lot off the women. They're leaning on the women to be deceptive. They're leaning on the women to be control freaks. They're leaning on the women in their female domination tactics. Because at the end of the day, YouTube doesn't have that many women. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. They don't have that many women that are content creators. You don't believe me? Go look it up right now for yourself. There are not that many women, female content creators here on YouTube. That's why a lot of them are some motherfucker, what's the name? He said they do the same shit in jail. You right, son. I appreciate that. So a lot of these people on here, they don't realize they're being used for a greater purpose. And that greater purpose is to keep confusion out. This is the new confusion mechanism. This is why when you talk about anything other than what they want you to talk about, you'll get a couple points of confusion. This is how well this is structured. So one, you'll get YouTube itself, they'll protest too if you're talking about anything other than what they want you to talk about, because the pure simple fact they won't push you out into the algorithm further. You're not talking about what we want to talk about, we'll push it out because it's our duty and we're obligated by the FCC. But that's as best we can do. That's the best we can do. We're not going to do any more as YouTube as a company. We can't push out this motherfucking narrative that black men are taking care of the kids. We can't do it. We can't push out this narrative that not all black women wear weave. We can't do it. You don't believe me? Here's one that's right in your face every day, ladies. You ever see these little ugly bitches? And I'm going to say it just like that. Not y'all ladies. These little ugly bitches. You ever see these little ugly bitches and they have these makeup tutorials? Why do you think they have the makeup tutorials? Y'all don't understand. I spent 17 years promoting albums and music and shit, and y'all don't want to hear me. I know how this mechanism works, and a lot of reasons people that want to shut me up, including niggas that are caught deepest in the matrix, is because of the pure simple fact I'm interrupting their flow. Now I'll ask you again, why do you think that one of the most profitable niches on this app is makeup tutorials, and one of the most popular at that? No, all the women in the chat room, not one woman's got an answer. You don't care about your daughters. I don't want to answer that because a lot of them don't. But any ladies like to care to answer that with your good smart asses? I'll give you a few seconds to contemplate on it. Why do you think that there's so many? And I'm not even just having a second guess with you. No, it's not to sell products, but that is a modus operandi. But for example, I don't even put my products into my broadcast anymore because they're not going to buy it. Unless you're a chick, they're not going to buy it. And I'm going to break that down in a minute too. Why? No, it's not products. It's not products at all. They give you makeup tutorials and feed them to your girls, and I don't care what app you're on using either. You'll find that these are the most popular videos. The second one would be relationships. The next one will be finance. The reason they do that, and this is my personal opinion, is because, but I find it to be very true in the forms of advertising, because I'm looking at YouTube from a different perspective now. The reason they do it is to invoke low self-esteem. See, the world knows one thing that many of y'all don't, and demographics back this up. There are more women in the world in all equal races than there are men. And so since there are more women than there are men, the markets for beauty supply products, the markets for all those things go up if you have a whole batch of women that think they're ugly. It's one of the biggest tricks in the world. You make women think that they're ugly. Back in the Egyptian days, you'll say, well, the Egyptians wore makeup. It was the same thing. You wanted to be seen better than all the rest of the women, so you would wear makeups and ordinations to make yourself seem as such and be presented as such and be embraced as such. So you have a lot of people don't understand that concept, but makeup is one of the biggest, 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 biggest tools they have always used. They've always used beauty and beauty supplies and things like that or whatever to relegate women, but I've never seen it done at the proportion that's been done now. And it's always done by ugly girls, and they do it with ugly girls for a specific point. And if you don't believe me, I'll give you an example. They have these tutorials. You've ever seen these girls and they completely make a new face. Like literally the girls make a new face, like a total new face. And you'll be like, yo, that doesn't look like the person I just saw. Give me a second, y'all. Let me share this. I don't like talking to people that don't want to hit the like button. There's over 150 people in here and only 48 likes. I don't like talking to people. Very boring. All right, cool. Hopefully we'll get some more people in here that got monetary income or whatever. I think what's happening is I don't know, the people that are viewing me, they're just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't answer questions unless people donate. And I'm not reading any more comments unless you're donating. So if you want to write something or whatever after you've heard me say, you're not donating or supporting, no. I'm not reading any more comments today. All right, we're just talking. And if you really push me, I'll just turn the comments off, period. You know what I mean? I think that's what I need to start doing, just not even having the comments up. 100 and something people. And you see that the people would rather log off than hit the like button. They'd rather log off than... The hate that men of color get on here financially is the newest move. And I'll get into that too, but let me continue with what I was saying. They have these makeup videos out that these women are like hideously ugly. Like you could tell that they're ugly. And I don't mean that like everybody's better than everybody. Not like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, these women are just unattractive. And so what the makeup tutorials do is they teach the women that even you and even someone that's maybe considered uglier than you, he said makeup pig, considered uglier than you can still have luck out here in these internet streets. And so they sell these makeup tutorial things and they push them a little bit more because, yeah, at the end of it, just like this one said up here, it does equal out to, what's the name? It does equal out to sales and it keeps the business going. So you're right about that point. But you got to keep these chicks in order. They don't even understand how much order they, as much as they believe they're in charge, they don't realize how much they're being controlled. Men see it, but they don't see it. And the reason we see it is because men are instituting it and we're men. All right, big dog, I got a $1,033 electric bill. I can't donate, so I'm going to jump up out of here. No, you're so like Obama. That ain't nothing to be proud of at the end, what you said. They all do that. You ever notice that? Like, when it comes to, let me point something out to you, right? When it comes to men of color, other men of color, you notice, and pay attention to this, right? He wrote something that's familiar to me. So I got a good ear, so I pay attention to things that are familiar. And so, or I've heard before, whatever, it's just thinking about it. I don't know, it's the way I think. And so he said something familiar that a lot of black dudes say all the time, then they ended up with brother at the end because they want to make you feel like you're special. I'm not special to you. I'm not special to you. You know what I mean? I'm not special to you at all. I'm not your brother either. I hate when you say that. Don't deny me and then call me brother. That's like, I'm sorry, brother, I can't hire you right now. I'm sorry, brother, I can't give you a ride to the hospital right now. That's what that sounds like if you don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, brother, I can't help you out with the funeral arrangement. I'm sorry, brother. No, brother, when you throw in the brother, it's to coddle somebody. It's to escape something. It's to not brand acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell you, when it really comes down to it, I don't really follow in with that brother shit. You know what I'm saying? This one said, hey, brother, I'm sorry. You thought I was playing, huh? You thought I was playing, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they play. You can't get black men to be serious. Like, you can't, man. That's why I said I don't like the new ones, especially my old black friends. I'm cool with them, but black and Spanish dudes, you can't get them to be serious. You get some of the older Spanish dudes to be serious, or some of them that grew up like jibados. But like for the most part, you can't get black and white, black and Spanish dudes. That's why you'll never reach your elk with them. Mm-mm. Some Spanish dudes think they're doing it bigger than some white dudes think they're doing. You'll never reach your elk with either one of them. They're conditioned mentally still as slaves. So there's a pecking order amongst the slaves, and unless you want to be inclusive in that pecking order, like ask yourself this question: you want to be inclusive in the pecking order of the slaves and kitchen help, or you want to be held in the pecking order of motherfuckers that have millions and billions worldwide? See, that judgment scale is a better judgment scale for me, because that's the judgment scale where you get remembered and shit like that. Malcolm Jamal Warner died a week ago. A week later, you ain't hearing nobody talk about him. I went over a lot of people's heads. They don't think the same like I do. Anyway, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm not the guy you want to beef with. Trust me on that. I come different. Anyway, LOL, old man, you're right. Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna block you and nothing over that. I don't play that brother and sister shit. Ain't no brothers and sisters out here. A black woman wouldn't hire you, she could. If a black woman got a choice between a black woman and you hiring, she's gonna hire the black woman first. I believe most of them are ordainedly lesbian, if at the very least, in tone nowadays. You don't ever notice that? Any bitch that sit around all day long talking like, yeah, girl power, and I hired some beautiful girls, and the beautiful girls, and you touching women and shit like that, or whatever, and then you turn around and you got the audacity to look at somebody else and be like, he's gay. No, bitch, you're gay. You're gay. We got you on camera grabbing bitches' asses. We got you on camera kissing bitches. We got you on camera sharing tongue with bitches. And then you talking about somebody else gay? No, bitch, you're gay. You're gay. You need to admit it. Y'all don't ever notice that shit? Listen, I know tons of white women, tons of Latin women that would never kiss another woman, make out with another woman, be sexually involved with another woman. Not shaming it and like that. I'm just telling you my point. My point is, I see black women do this as such a high velocity. It's crazy, to the point where the bitches can go date a whole fucking woman, then come back and have the nerve to point at somebody and be like, well, he gay. No, bitch, you're gay. We seal you. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. That's why I don't get into discussion. I don't have to bash people like that. That's corny bashing. My bashing is different. You know what I'm saying? My bashing is way, 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 way different. So I don't like giving people incentive to come over here and act like we cool. Y'all niggas don't like me. Y'all over here to listen to me, to see what I gotta say, and hope I drop some gems on you. That's why I always put some edits in my shit nowadays. But trust me when I tell you that. Any group of niggas where you leaving a podcast, you got 37,000 views or whatever, those are strangers, which coincidentally is purpose and consideration from what's these guys at YouTube and their algorithm, how they switched it up. YouTube, keep it real. You want niggas to be dependent on your motherfucking AdSense shit. That's why you switch shit up. And so now, and I'm trying to tell you honestly and truthfully, if they were worried about, if you were prioritizing just getting your subscribers, most of your subscribers are familiar with you. Take this in. I'm giving y'all something. If you're familiar with your subscriber base, right, and you can claim them by their first name and shit like that or whatever, quick first thing that you'll find is this. You'll be able to tone. Like, for example, if Ahmad L in here, the old gal in here, Ruby Johnson in here, all these people in here, I know who they are. You understand what I'm saying? Off the top of my tongue. And there's a couple of other ones too. Tina and a couple other people. I know them. You understand what I'm saying? They've been here for a minute. So when I started seeing some of these names show up in about the past 8 or 9 months, I was like, I don't know these people. Hence, that's why they're not donating to you. And that's what YouTube was hoping. Well, if we shuttle them out and we get them more views, they'll be happy with the views and they'll totally forget that they're not making any money. Well, how long did you dumb motherfuckers think that was going to last before these niggas started seeing their pockets shorten up because these are strangers watching us? These people come in here, they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because they're not familiar with me. There's a few that subscribe and I appreciate you or whatever, whatever. But for the most part, I'm talking about when I say I had a dude in here yesterday, he had a cowboy hat on. I got a cowboy hat on. I mean, excuse me, a fedora on. But he had a cowboy hat on. Not only did he have a cowboy hat on, he was screaming racist shit and he brought some of his racist buddies with him. You get what I'm saying? Now, this is YouTube's doing. So if you're starting to see weirdos or people you don't know or people that say, hell no, I'm not going to donate to you, and you've never heard somebody say some shit like that to you, it's a mixture of a whole bunch of things. It's the YouTube algorithm now. There's people acting funny because they're using Umar Johnson. I'll get back to Sarah and Dawn in a second. They're using Umar Johnson as a catalyst for a bigger cause. That bigger cause is this. We want to make it so no men of color make money on YouTube. And there's so many silly ass men that even have podcasts, go to their podcasts and will join in the conversations with these bitches celebrating when they're looking for your destruction. But it ain't enough of these bitches. That's why they need the men, because they know there ain't enough female content creators on here. So that's why they need the men. So all these little sissy ass men that ain't got nothing going on, all them little punk ass men that trying to get up their views and their number. Whenever I hear niggas scream out, yeah, I'm just trying to get my views and my numbers up, and they screaming that shit all the time, I stay the fuck away from niggas like that. That's your modus operandi. Nothing's bigger. Anything in the way of that, you'll take them down too. See what I mean? You got a lot of people on here on this app that'll sabotage you, G. And y'all want to sit around and act like we all friends and shit. That's why I say I ain't friends with none of you. Y'all let me know what y'all do for me. Y'all let me know what y'all do for Puff. So I'm a friend of none of you. Now, Puff, you feel different, you want to show these niggas love when you get out, go ahead, be a fool. Be a fool. These niggas wanted your ending. Don't you come out this motherfucker talking about love, 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 love. Fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck these motherfuckers. They have no love. Destroy, 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 destroy. That's what they want to see. Destroy, 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 destroy. Their sons don't know nothing other than that. Their daughters don't know nothing than that. Let some motherfuckers start fighting. And there's some black and Latin people around. Even some white people too. They start going, ooh, let me pull out my phone. Especially the boys. The boys is half a bitch anyway. Most sons born to single mothers are half a bitch. Even their mamas know it. It is what it is. I was just looking for something. Anyway, I know tons of white women that could be with another woman without thinking about you. I know tons of white women that will be with another woman without even thinking about Veronica Johnson. Let me tell you something real quick. I don't like lying bitches. I don't like lying bitches. I don't like bitches that sit around trying to act like they're smarter than everybody. Veronica, where do you live at? Go ahead. Where do you live at, Veronica? Come on, quickly. Veronica, where do you live at? Come on, quickly. Don't take that long to write where you live at. Where you live at, Veronica? Veronica, where do you currently live, Veronica? Veronica. 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 That bitch ain't gonna write it. She's still here. She just wrote that last comment 2 seconds ago. Bitch, you still here. You ain't gonna tell nobody where you live at because you know why? You don't live around anybody white. Shut the fuck up. You're lying. I live around white people. White bitches don't fuck with bitches like that. The average majority, what's the name? Yeah, she'll hug on the chick or something like that. I'm talking about black chicks that having full out fucking. You'll find a black lesbian couple or a Latin lesbian couple, and they're the two most increasing forms of lesbians. And you can go to the World Health Organization to see that, or you could go to the CDC and also see that. Or you can go to Women's Health Digest and you'll see the same thing. Black women and Latin women are the two increasing groups, and most increasing groups in the LGBTQ when it comes to concern of lesbians. They outpace even gay men. Didn't know that, huh? Go right now. Go to Women's Health Digest. Go check it out. Go to the CDC. Go check it out. You ain't got to listen to me. Go check it out. And you'll have motherfuckers over here, they mad at me because I pointed out the demographics. It's your demographics, biatch. Anyway, my point is like, you know, man, let's skip over that. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit when bitches come in and they're bashing on men when in reality most of you bitches just like women. If you like women, go date another woman. You know what I'm saying? Stop bashing on men. You ain't got to bash on a man. I never see them gay dudes out there bashing on women because they usually they friends with these same quasi lesbian bitches. That's the funny thing about it. Like Saucy Santana hung out with motherfucking Young Miami, right? Am I wrong? Maybe no. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like these are your friends. That's why I told them those gay dudes. I say, yo, if y'all part of that LGBTQ community, I would tell y'all this: as if y'all gay black dudes, white dudes, Spanish dudes, whatever, if y'all in that group, y'all should be very weary of these bitches that hang around y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Because and I'll give you an example. A bitch will come out of her mouth and say, "Yo, that nigga gay, that nigga gay, that nigga gay," is a form of embarrassment or a form of like whatever, whatever, whatever. And then they'll come sit up under you, who's actually part of that LGBTQ community or whatever, right? And they'll giggle and smile with you. But earlier, they used that same trope to embarrass somebody. So I'm confused about that. That's like calling somebody a nigger. You understand? Like, you get what I'm saying? Or calling somebody, and then you go hang with niggas. But you said nigga earlier to insult somebody. You said nigga earlier to upset somebody. You said, and then you go hang out with a whole bunch of niggas. That don't make sense to me. So what I be trying to tell you is watch these bitches, and when they be trying to say certain shit at you or whatever, whatever, they all use the same tropes. You know what I'm saying? It's a psychological fucking thing, and they don't have any qualms about doing it because most of these women are bitter, nasty, evil, and deceptive as a motherfucker. I catch a bitch in the live one time, that's all for me. Every point after that, I look at you different. Every point after that, like I just recently peeped when a woman lied to me, and I ran it back, and I was like, you know what? I wasn't gonna say nothing at first, but now anticipate the other 4 lies I heard from you. You get what I'm saying? So bitches gonna lie regardless. That's what women do. But when you lie about certain things, I know, okay, this is why this happened to you. This is why that happened to you. You a liar. You spend more time deceiving and lying than you really do trying to live out life. You know what I mean? So when you get women to do shit like that and they trying to present men in a certain way, or say if you a weak ass man, you follow behind that, you depend. Most importantly, most of these niggas are dependent on bitches. A lot of these niggas live with bitches and they don't want to let you know. A lot of these vloggers, they live with chicks and don't want to let you know. You know what I'm saying? That's what some nigga came up here the other day. Talking about, yeah, he lived with a fat white chick. I said, wow, that's a new rumor. Then yesterday it was some crack shit. Niggas is on drugs. Then the day after that, yesterday I was homeless. I was on drugs. So I came home and continued my podcast. These are bitches putting shit like that out by people. And just like them same bitches, these 2 deceitful bitches, the one you see on the screen right here looking like Beyonce's mama with her old fucking that milk going sour than a motherfucker. This is the bitch from Making the Band, and her shit got tossed against Diddy. Oh, we gonna talk about you, huh? We gonna talk about you. There are 3 different elks of women out here when you talk about black and Latin women nowadays. There's the ones, I start with them, those are the ladies and the women that are going to college and shit like that or whatever, and actually, and not necessarily college, but just being productive in their lifestyles or whatever. We salute them and everything like that. Then there's a second type of woman that's just deceitful, manipulative, belligerent, nasty. This she lives her whole day waking up in the morning doing one thing and one thing only, and that's this: starting trouble. You understand what I'm saying? Then the second type is this type. The second type is a type that sits around. The third type is the type that just sits around and she don't care what happened. She don't care what happened. She's not here to attribute. She's not here to help. That means if she run a business, she's not hiring no niggas. She's hiring other bitches. If I open a business right now and I ain't hiring nothing but men, first they'd be like, there's something wrong with that nigga. I saw yesterday they was trying to make fun of Jamie Foxx because he pulled up with a car full of white women. And so all the women jumped and piled on him. He in the car with all them white women, mind you. If Eve showed up right behind him, they celebrating her. Look at her and her beautiful family. Eve got a white husband. Jamie Foxx pulled up with all them white women. Eve got a white husband. Oh, she got a beautiful family. Motherfucking Serena Williams out here looking like the fucking crypt keeper right now. Have y'all seen that bitch lately? This bitch out here looking like the crypt keeper. She doing everything she can to keep that white man with his big pot belly ass. You know what I'm saying? Nigga look like Powder. I'm gonna call him Powder. Her husband Powder. Her and her husband Powder. You understand what I'm saying? This bad built motherfucker, she out here losing all kinds of weight. And she was fun as fuck. This bitch is almost unrecognizable now. Serena Williams. Same thing. Good job, Serena. No comments about her being with her white husband or her half white kids or nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of black women are out here, my nigga, doing the works of white supremacy, whether they know it or behold it or not. You making fun of Jamie Foxx pulling up with a whole car full of white girls, but you ain't got no problems with Serena, Eve, who took a picture during Christmas time looking like the fucking help. She looked like the fucking maid in that picture. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She looked like a maid. They don't say anything about that. See how 20 motherfuckers just dropped off? Because they know what they're doing. And they're dependent on the fact that you don't know. Your women are not your women anymore, dog. Right? They don't have no adoration towards you. And that's what a lot of y'all niggas are holding on to. That's what a lot of you niggas are holding on to. Sad that they only knew all the women followed them instead of setting the promise of being a baddie. I don't care what them bitches do now, Dave. I really don't. The shit that I say 80% of the shit that I've been through online, I've never really had it out with men. It's always been with bitches. Loudmouth bitches that niggas in their own area have never checked them. And so they feel like they can go around and say whatever they want to and then hide behind a nigga after they done said it. You know what I'm saying? And I always encourage nigga, I'll be like, yo, shoot that bitch first. She says she going to get some niggas, just pop that bitch right then and there. Don't wait for her to come back. It's going to get worse. Pop that bitch right then and there. If you do that, them niggas is not coming. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying I've seen it before. I've heard. But I've heard, like, if you do that, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't coming back because they like, damn, that shot that bitch? Like, yeah, she had to get it. She had to get it. She was threatening niggas out here. I don't be sitting on a lot threatening people. I'll respond to what you say to me. Now, so I don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about me. Let me tell you something. Black women been on here and said all kinds of horrible shit about me. Made up lies about me. I had a bitch right before the motherfucking Diddy trial started. This bitch literally went on her page and made an announcement talking about, he's a Diddy loyalist. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And so what she tried to do, she tried to sully me when I get up there so people wouldn't pay attention to me and pay attention to my podcast. So with that fact, I wouldn't make money. So, you know, that's just what it is. So now I just depend on the white man. Like, that's what you told me. You said go get a job. Go talk to the white man. He'll give you some money. This is slave talk. You know what I'm saying? These are not people that want to be free. These are niggas that want to be dependent on the system. So instead of having yourself motherfucking beforehand, and they'll utilize the system to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? These are not freedom. These are niggas that are indoctrinated slaves. And y'all don't understand. This was Kanye was talking about when he said new slaves. Y'all better go listen to that song again. It'll make perfect sense to you, the niggas that you're dealing with. That's why it don't bother me. That's why I say what I want to say on here. These people are not supporting me. They only support one type of thing, and that's the bitch you see on the screen. And any bitch like her trying to take down a nigga. It's anti-black male right now. Even the black males, they anti-black male. They won't even help. They won't even help donate, hit the like button, and nothing like that. And they hear exactly what you're saying. And you can't get mad at them because every last one of them been raised by what? A single mama. So they just two trifling bitches in the same house. The average dude that been raised by a single mama is no more than another chick. I don't hang out with no, and you always find they do bitch shit. Like, I don't hang out with no niggas that at least have at the very least an uncle in their life or something like that. I don't hang out with niggas that have been raised by bitches. They won't stand up for themselves. Any nigga that been raised by a bitch, he's not going to stand up for himself. He's not going to stand up for you either. So if you find somebody in your clique up that be moving funny, ask them this one question. Hey, you was raised with both your parents? You'll understand a lot of who the fuck you hanging out with. You'll understand a lot of who you hanging out with. I don't trust no bitches and I don't trust no niggas that never had no men of variance in their life. Don't. And you also, somebody's going to get flagged. I'm a naked white male. This man wrote, "I'm a naked white male in my chat room." See what I mean? We getting fucking strangers in here. That's why, like I said, y'all crazy if y'all stay on this app. This app is they're trying to get rid of niggas now. They used you for what you wanted to use you for. Now they're trying to get rid of you by electing you to strangers. And then you got the second frowl of the black bitches on here that's telling niggas don't donate to motherfucking men. And you know, it is funny as hell to me that bitches got that much motherfucking control over men, these weak ass black dudes, that they can get up online and join in with bitches making up rumors about you, join in with bitches telling people don't support you, join in with I don't trust niggas that advocate for bitches like that. You're too quick to advocate for a hoe for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't automatically jump on the bitch's side. That's like a nigga like that to me online is like a nigga that be like, yo, some random bitch run over to him, or bitch ain't know in the neighborhood. This is what a lot of these bitches pew on because it come from the hood. These bitches will turn around, right? And they'll go and they'll like, how can I say it? They'll go like start some shit and then run back to niggas and be like, yo, niggas trying to do something to me now. Here come the niggas rushing and da. That's why I said the bitch say, if she utter the words, I'm going to get so-and-so, get busy with her right then and there. Whatever you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because when she come back, it's going to get worse. But that's how much niggas will listen to bitches. They've done it to the end of time. Because they're trying to prove that they a man. You understand what I'm saying? And black niggas and Spanish niggas is famous for that shit. Listening to a bitch. Niggas won't even know the bitch and already think the bitch is motherfucking. It ain't on both sides. And I don't do that equating shit. Nah, these bitches. I don't see niggas out here telling. I ain't never. I know some guys from I don't know them, but from mediocre tutorials to fucking fresh and fit. I can say Myron I know now in person because I met him in person. But like, ain't no both sides. It's one side. It's one side, and the niggas follow behind it. You gotta understand the average black dude, the Spanish dude is pussy hungry. Even the women will tell you that the average black dude and average black dude and Spanish dude is pussy hungry, and that's the number one flaw. They pussy hungry. You don't believe me? Get a chick in a tight ass red dress to walk through with a fat ass, black or Spanish. Walk past and either race of that woman. Walk past either race of men. If she walk past Spanish dudes and she black, and be like, God damn, I'm out, ain't I? If she Latina and got a fat ass, and she walk past a whole bunch of black dudes, it's gonna be the same thing. Because everybody gifted on gotta understand this. Average white man, a lot of white men, they delve into lust too. But sometimes they're a little bit so used to lust, and they've heard the stories of their grandfathers and stuff like that or whatever. They're very discernment when they get into lust. That's why you'll see a lot of times niggas that are the most successful got a basic looking bitch. And nigga Jeff Bezos, that nigga, they about to get that nigga. And nigga Jeff Bezos, that bitch gonna end up owning half of Amazon. I said, you went and got that motherfucking bitch and fell in love with her. That bitch knew just how to get you. Oh, you grew up with both parents, got you. I was like, oh no, I don't do that both sides shit. Hell no. Some of this shit is exclusive to these hoes. Please believe that. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. No. Y'all make sure y'all hit the Cash App and donate and support the channel. Nah, I hear you. I hear you. Imagine the court is tossing lawsuits like I was just reading with Sarah yesterday and now Don Rashad, right? And the niggas that's on the streets is still like, he's still guilty. The court don't know what they doing either. We do, but the court don't know what they doing either. That judge don't know what he doing. I heard a bitch say that. And I heard another bitch say in front of the courthouse, she said, that jury's dumb. I said, wow. Would you call them dumb if you would have won what you wanted? Yeah, that's why I don't do that. All right, let's wrap this on up, man, because I don't sit here long with niggas. This little port right here got a purpose, and then I be the fuck out. This lie, and I'm gonna tell a lot of y'all vloggers, get off of doing lives. You're understanding what's going on now. You're getting I'm trying to tell you, you're getting pushed out to strangers. So if you see that your views are going down, or you see that you're not getting monetary support, it's not because the people don't want to support you. It's just they don't even know that you're live. You're being watched by a whole bunch of strangers, and the strangers you're being watched by can be anybody. But majority of them, when they see a black male face specifically, they're not going to hit the like button. They're not going to support you. If you got products for sale, they're not going to buy them or whatever. I think it's time to migrate and find a different app besides this YouTube shit. This YouTube shit is corny at this point. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, and it's funny to me because y'all participate. Like this is the thing I can't understand. You know what's going on over here, right? And I want to say this before I finish reading this little bullshit and then I get up off of here. You know what's going on here as far as the stakes, as far as these views, as far as everything else. But yet and still, I say, and I put out there, any motherfucker that sits online and you degrade anybody else, because see, that's what I mean. I don't sit on here and tell people, yo, don't go check this podcast. I say, go check them out if you want to. I don't give a shit. It's always been my mantra. 5 years. You can't find me nothing different. You know what I'm saying? I never tell nobody, what's going on, Big Heather? The shame and entertainment that my kind provides. What is my kind? Because, porque yo soy la cubano la moreno. And any nigga that's sitting online talking about Batman, you're a pussy. Now, what's your nationality? Give it, at least be brave. Batman was brave. What's your nationality? Go ahead, tell me. What's your nationality, sir? Batman. You scared? Cocksucker, you scared? You scared? Oh, you scared. If I had to make a guess, that's a foreigner. That's not a white man. White men don't talk like that. That's a wannabe foreigner. And wannabe foreigners, whether they're first generation, last generation, or illegal. Oh, yeah. I can't disagree with you with too much. But at the same time, I disagree with you. This is what I mean. Right now, subsequently, internationally, right now, we have four wars going on. 4 wars. In those 4 wars, there's been all kinds of diatribes, all kinds of insults from, depending on what side you're talking about, whether it be Russia, whether it be Israel, whether it be whoever is the aggressor in these conversations about these wars, right? 4 wars, 4 of them. People are dying daily. One of them succeeded and lasted, I think 2 of them have lasted more than 2 years now. We spend hundreds of billions of dollars in the United States or whatever, and that money could have went towards helping people, including one budget, I believe it was somewhere around the mints of $10 trillion that we gave one particular country. Isn't that right? Batman. And as a result, you have seen the dwindling of financial institutions, dwindling of local businesses because they wasn't able to recoup what some of these better back business motherfucking loans were supposed to do to bring back some of these small businesses that traditionally have been in some of these small towns, which most of America is small towns, for 50, 60, 70 years. Some cases, some of them are centennial. With that being said, the infrastructure in this country is falling because of America's small businesses, which is all but the same. I'm not reading shit you said, and go fuck your mother. You must think I respect you if you think I'm going to read a second comment. No, I don't respect you, cocksucker. Fuck you, fuck your mother, and I'll fucking put one in your fucking neck if you say any fucking thing else. Don't play with me, boy. Now, like I said, cracker, like I said, I know your history. I grew up around you. And if it's my kind that you want to say, what do you say about the judges? What do you say about the lawyers? What do you say about the police officers? What do you say about the black mayors and governors, constituents in Congress, teachers, firefighters, police officers? They all love that entertainment, huh? No, sir, what I call you is I call you out and I say a sub. And I do mean subculture within a subculture within a club culture within a culture. But if you sit here and tell me my kind, and everybody that's participating in those 4 simultaneous wars, including the soldiers from the United States, the majority of them are white, then what's that make you? Oh, I know. Let's talk about white male mass shooters. Comes up to Paul. Batman, this one I'll allow you to speak. Batman, can you tell us how many white male mass shooters there have been since 1980? Then I want you to tell me how many white male mass shooters they've had in the year 2024. Then I want you to tell me how many white male mass shooters they've had in the privy so far in the almost but not eclipse year of 2025. Go ahead. That's what I need you to answer, bitch nigga. You're not going to answer that? If you're not going to answer that, I'll let you go. If you're not going to answer, oh, I'm a fool. A fool wouldn't be able to recite the things that I recited. Prove me wrong. All white men say that. Low-tier white men, they always say that. Uneducated white men, they always say that. They revert back to sarcasm. No, bitch, prove your point. Prove your point. Prove me that I'm wrong. If you prove me I'm wrong, I'll literally go online and I'll make a 1-minute clip and I'll say I'm an idiot. Oh, my friend, they are not. Oh, God. We got some of them making up. We got these types. Let me tell y'all something. Black people, Latin people, let me help y'all out real quick. We have a new regiment, and they done this the same thing. They did the same thing with the numbers for immigration. So let me break it down. Yeah, poor white trash and radicals that are online. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. All right, for all the black and Latin people, wait, give me a second. Nigga, ain't nobody talking about no Black Lives Matter. Black people, would you please tell these people that Black Lives Matter was taken over by Antifa, a white organization? They scream. Let me tell you. Let me break some shit down for y'all. I'm gonna do y'all a favor, right? Y'all hit the cash app, man. Let me break down this trash ass white folks right here. Not the good white folks, trash white folks. So poor white trash, nigga. You still didn't provide the demographics, so you're out of here. You're out of here. I don't need you. He said you have ambition, nigga. I worked in the music industry for 17 years. Compared to you, you just poor white trash, bro. I know poor white trash when I hear, and I know good upstanding white people. I know niggas when I hear them. I know good upstanding black folks. I know spics when I hear them, and I know good upstanding Latinos. And that's how I've lived life, and I always will live life like that. I don't deal with the lower elk of any of them motherfuckers. But I know when I hear some poor white trash, I ain't nice, bitch. You go be fake nice. Before you go, Jimmy, quote me what Sigmund Freud said about people that extraordinarily go out of their way to be nice and appear nice. Since you're so smart, Jimmy, tell me what Sigmund Freud said. Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm waiting. Go ahead. Quote Sigmund Freud right now, Jimmy. These are uneducated white men I'm talking to. These are uneducated white men that fall under a surface of trying to be racist and trying to be separatist, but within the own contrivance of your own culture, you're the trash. Now, some of the niggas I know, they can't pick up on it, but I live around you motherfuckers. You better keep that in hints. I live in Connecticut. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, poor white trash. Wake up. I live in one of the most educated states in the country. Home to Yale University, which ain't nothing but 45 fucking minutes away from me. And I know a whole bunch of niggas, black and Spanish, that went there. Including my ex, who still works around that facility. So what I'm trying to figure out is, my man, and your poor white trash diatribe that can't compete. And I know a poor white man when I hear one. Shit, I learned what poor white men were from a white woman who was very opulent. She was the first one that taught me the term unaccomplished white man. She said an unaccomplished white man is the most dangerous motherfucker in society. Because he has all the chips for him to win, and he fucking doesn't decide to win. An unaccomplished white man is where you will find the most bitterness, the most contrived, the most racism, or whatever set upon his own failures. An unaccomplished white man tried to do the same thing to the Irish. An unaccomplished white man tried to do the same thing to the Jews. An unaccomplished white man tried to do the same thing to motherfucking Italians when they motherfucking immigrated here. An unaccomplished white man is the most irrelevant motherfucker in existence, and they will sit there, and the main thing they always come with is the game, or they will try to project themselves and present themselves, or they are somebody of importance. I know poor white trash that can't articulate. I asked that motherfucker real quick. I said, go look at the demographics and tell me how many white mass shooters they've had since 1980. Now take that in mind. If I mention this shit, that means I already know the fucking answer, you dumb motherfucker. Now, if you are a white man and you don't agree with me, present your facts. I might even agree with you at the end. But you can't just be some lollygag ass motherfucking cracker to get up here and say shit to just be saying it because you want to seem cool and fit in with the cool kids, right? Nah, we don't do that over here. I got the same motherfucking treatment for niggas that I got for crackers. Speaks alike. This Family Guy motherfucker, we get on everybody. Don't come up in this motherfucker thing, nigga, because you heard me say a couple things. I get it. You heard me say a couple things about niggas, so you thought I was on your side. I'm gonna pump it through. No, nigga, I put my foot in your ass too, motherfucker. In fact, I'd rather put my foot in your ass than their asses. Uneducated, poor, white folks will tell you this. It's always been a problem for them. For any white people that are up here, in my, what's the name right now? Please let that be known. Poor white trash, and it's about 7 elks of these motherfuckers. That's what y'all understand. The term crackers actually came from white people. Did you know that? There was a class system. See how I'm losing a couple white folks? They scared now. Let's break that down real quick. Since we're talking about judicial shit. There was a class system that was involved in white culture. And many whites, they know this. And that class system actually had to do more with, and this is why things are crazy now, because that class system has been broke down, but it was broke down into the class system that once was previous has been broken down with this term of acceptance and woke, because of the pure simple fact these people were not inclusive. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. For example, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Crack the whip. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Let me hear what you said first. Okay, I like what you said. All right, so check this out. The class system that they had with whites, it was somewhere between 5 to 6 different groups, right? Most of them came from different areas. If you're white, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about different dynasties, different backgrounds, some Jamaican, some Roman, some from the Balkans, some from here, from there, whatever. And they're migrating mostly to Europe or the Americas, right? So along with them came these class systems, and a lot of them were based off of what their duties were on the ships as they were traveling. For example, most of the soldiers that came on, I forgot what it's called, what's the name, Christopher Columbus ship. These were like 13, 14, and 15-year-old soldiers. The Mayflower, same thing, right up the block here. All the inhabitants, most of the boys were 14, 15, 16 years old. And you know why? Because they were all not, it was not well taken that you would have a long life expectancy. Life expectancy, especially if you were a sea venturer, could be anywhere between like your early 40s to late 50s. You catch typhus, what was the other one? Scurvy, which is crazy. These motherfuckers used to catch this shit called scurvy. And it's a condition where your blood won't clot, right? And so basically you bleed out. You know what the cure for it is? You ready? Eating fruit. Eating fruit. Eating the fruit, it deepens the hemoglobin in your blood cells or whatever, and therefore it wouldn't have happened. Your blood would have clotted. Eating fruit. I swear to God to you. Eating fruit. You don't believe me? Go look it up. So what you get is you get a whole group of 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old soldiers to come over to a new land, whether it be the Mayflower. You ever seen where Plymouth Rock is? It's actually a bunch of fucking rocks. We've been up there before. It's a bunch of huge ass, what is it, stalactites and malrites? I forgot what you call the things, but the ones that come up from the ground. It's just huge ass fucking rocks or whatever. You'd be surprised that they didn't crash into it. Vitamin C, there you go. But you get vitamin C from fruit. So basically, if they would have eaten fruit and they lost, I'm talking about thousands upon thousands of people because of scurvy. They would lose whole crews while they were coming over on the Pianta, whatever. Well, with Christopher Columbus, for example, let me go back to the class system. A lot of these people that came over on this class system, it was based off the fact of seafaring voyage and how they got there. Some were companions, some were wives, some were husbands, some were captives, or what you would call indentured servitude, meaning like, you know, hey, for whatever reason or whatever, you're here to pay a debt. Once that debt has been cured, then you can go or whatever. This is kind of the role that you see in 12 Years a Slave with Brad Pitt's character when Solomon asked him, can you deliver a letter for me? Yes, he's a slave and he was taught to as a slave, Brad Pitt's character, but at the same time, he was a free man who entered into contractual servitude, which is very different from slavery. It's not contractual. And so, and this exists in multiple cultures. It's not this black culture, but it was most heinous, excuse me, in black culture. But anyway, long story short, this class system starts to begin and develop once they get here and they get on land here in the New Americas. They're basically a maid, hand boy. So basically, they get in the Americas or whatever, whatever, whatever. When I say hand boy, meaning helping hand boy, meaning like that's what you do. You go over there and you pick up all the hammers, or go over there and pick up all the nails that passed out, or go over there and fetch all the paint buckets or whatever, whatever. This was a job. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, long story short, you get this class system that starts developing with whites once they get to the country. And now it's basically based off church rhetoric, believe it or not. So, like up here, for example, in the New England states, what you'll find, especially since the Mayflower was mentioned, what you'll find is you'll find the Gnostics, you'll find the Protestants, and you'll find, I forgot what the third group is, but the Gnostics, two different sets of groups of them. They made up what you now call Rhode Island and Connecticut. So we're very familiar with this. Connecticut didn't even have a jail system until it invoked home proprietorship of widows. So if a woman died or whatever, a man would sneak in, marry her, and then take her property and then exit her out the shit or whatever. Now he becomes side proprietor of her property. And this was happening so frequently that they say, well, you know what, we got to put some laws up against it. So they put some laws up against it, and that's how Connecticut got its first jail system, based off widow law, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's why to this day they'll say this is a women's state. You know what I mean? Based off that pure, simple one case that initiated the Connecticut jail system. But long story short, this class system that got here, once they got here in the state of Connecticut and all the Northeast, what they started doing is started divvying up who's going to be in classes. And these classes were a lot of times dependent on job, operations. Sometimes it was dependent on who's got the most money. Sometimes it was included on who owns the most debts of others, or whatever the case may be. And this class system always had one thing in common. Most of the people that were in this class system, they had a certain look or a certain DNA attribute, to their facial features or structure or posture or whatever the case may be. Based off this, it was a pecking order, and this is where you'll see this to this day. Notice if you see somebody that works around the White House or works in the judicial plan or they always have a certain look to them. Whether they're male or female, whether they're black, white, polka dot, whatever, it comes from a DNA structure. A DNA structure can activate in you sometimes, but that DNA structure usually is from a pristine background. And you've kept that pristine background by making sure that you're in charge of your upkept and well-being. Your mentality has a lot to do with it. Your face can augment depending on what type of way you think. Believe it or not, your body is one big. I can't even break that down for y'all. That's giving y'all too much. But anyway, long story short, because there's certain things that I know I would never tell you on here. It's not for you to know. You gotta take some. You gotta take some conversations. Anyway, long story short, right? With all that being said, this is my point. They look like they are from England. No, not just because they're from England. You know, when we talk about England, I'll tell you about this. England and Africa, a lot of people don't want to admit it, included themselves in a whole bunch of incest when you're talking about royals, aristocrats, people of government stature, whatever. I'll give you a perfect example. There's this one family, and they only found, ironically enough, Heather, they only found another, example of it in Kentucky, I believe it was. But this family had, and this was a lot of what was going on with a lot of the new scavengers and people that were vesting and coming to Americas or whatever, because that's basically what we came to America was to scavenge. You know what I'm saying? Let's scavenge the land so we can build it. Let's scavenge the sea so we can do it. It was scavengers. Anybody that travels, basically, that's what you are. You're not a traveler, you're a scavenger. You know what I mean? But anyway, what's I talking about here? Hold on, what did Heather write? I want to read what Heather wrote. They look like they're from it. Yeah. There was a family, and you can look it up right now. Blue-colored people. Just put in blue-colored people. You know what I'm saying? Some nigga wrote, hey, buddy, are you a drug dealer? Hey, buddy, is your mother a prostitute? That's a better question. Oh, watermelon emoji. Oh, that's cute. For real. I was feeding your mother watermelon when I was banging the fuck out of her in her mouth, the fucking whore. I was like, this, slow the fuck down. Mom, you're gonna wake up Bill. Fucking whore. Bye, Bill. He wrote a chicken and a watermelon emoji in 2025. You know why he was mad? Because I'm breaking down that white class system. He know he not part of it. You gotta pay attention to white folks when they react sometimes. You get certain type of white people to react. He probably comes from that class that don't fit in. He madder than the motherfucker because white folks won't let him get a job. Y'all don't realize this. You think white folks don't hire niggas. It gets, Heather, you're white. You know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of white people that are more discriminatory on the white people they hire. You'd be so fucking surprised. Be like, I'm not hiring him. He's got a fucking tattoo. I'm not hiring him. He's got long hair. I'm not hiring him. Look at his fucking goatee. I'm not hiring him. Listen to the way he talks. You're white and you talk like I'm dead. I've seen this happen. Because of mom and dad are siblings. Thank you, Dan. He looked it up. Incest. And so what they'll do is, in the Egyptians, they did this too, depending on all dynasties and all higher and lower kingdoms of Egypt. They did this, okay, including when the Romans came along, because I keep telling you all the time, not only was this bitch a murderer, you understand what I'm saying, but this bitch was incestuous. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all run around talking about Cleopatra. She was African. No, that bitch wasn't. That bitch was Assyrian and Roman. She ain't had no African blood whatsoever in her. She was ruling over, she was presiding over, you understand what I'm saying? Presiding over Egypt. And before they burned the what was it? I think it was the Library of Alexandria. They burnt it to the ground, but that might have been in Rome. I might be mistaken. It's the truth. You know what I'm talking about, Heather. I'm not lying here. They think I'm lying because they like, Heather, you gotta understand. The black people I have to come on my channel, they'll talk shit about black people, but white people, but they've never been around white people in bulk. They've always been around other minorities. So most of the shit that they talk about with white people, which is different from me, they talk off of guessing. And the same thing goes with a lot of white people too. A lot of white people will sit online, they'll talk shit about black people, never been around anybody black like that. But they'll make their guesses and say what the fuck they're saying. You get what I'm saying? So it goes in both standards. Yes, the family that I'm talking about is a blue family that was one in England, and then there was another part of them that was in Kentucky. What's the difference? Nothing. They were all doing incest. They had committed incest so much that the hemoglobin in the blood had conducted a condition where basically, see, a lot of people don't know this. Your blood is actually blue until it hits the oxygen. When it hits oxygen, it appears to your eyes to be red. You understand what I'm saying? Like yellow and blue make what? Green. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Green and yellow make, what is it? Blue and yellow make red. There we go. Blue and yellow. So the two enzymes are blue and yellow colored. So blue and yellow make red. So when it appears to you or whatever, because these two mixtures of hemoglobin and all that stuff have been mixed together in a certain right, it appears to you to be red, but in reality, shit's actually blue and yellow inside your body. I'm dead serious here. You think I'm broken, but I'm telling you the truth. And the way your eyes will see it. That's why your veins are blue. Exactly. She knows what I'm talking about. That's why your veins are blue. When you get varicose veins, that's why they appear blue. Because your blood is actually blue. So anyway, long story short, when it hits the air, it turns red because of the oxygen that's introduced. Well, these people, what happened was, say you have a super infused version where all the veins and everything like that are superimposed and super targeted to the point where it appears that your whole skin is blue because it's now leaked into your cells. It's now leaked into almost everything that has to do with the hue of your skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Hence the term blue bloods. And the blue bloods, I was going to get to it. I was like, damn, why you do that? The term blue bloods comes from that. It comes from incest. So when somebody tells you, I'm a blue blood, what they really mean is they were involved, or they're proud to be involved in keeping the family value at a tone. So a lot of times y'all sit back and y'all talk about, well, you know, what'd you say? Hence the term blue blood. God damn, she's smart as shit. A lot of black people don't understand this, Heather. They don't understand this. They really don't understand this. And so it's hard to really, you know what's funny, Heather? I had a friend named Heather out on the other side of Connecticut. I don't know, me and her, I don't know what happened with us or whatever, but I still love the bitch. And I know I said it like that, right? Had pretty long blonde hair, skinny, cute little smile, whatever. Funny sometimes, but when this motherfucker drinks, she turned into a demon. Not all the time, but it's a 50-50. It's motherfucking drunk motherfucker. But yeah, her name is Heather too. Yeah, I miss her ass sometimes. Very smart girl though. Don't get her wrong. She was a lawyer. Yeah, very smart girl. Don't get her wrong. She used to compliment me on how smart I was. We compliment each other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in another life we would have dated or something. Who knows, right? You know. But shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. I don't hate you if she hear this. Anyway. Listen here. Yeah, I talked about her before. Yeah, I mean, some people, they be like, you know, I feel like every woman you know, like someone, I've had this happen for me before. I know straight up and down a woman might be interested, might want to give me some vajay, might be whatever. It's a vibe with me. I don't like no woman that like take too quick to me. Does that make sense? Like, let me chase a bitch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always want you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, shout out to her, though. Whites are demons, dummy. You fascinated by pale skin, says Sandra Cooper. Sandra, you said whites are demons. So blacks aren't demons? I'll give you an example of how blacks are demons, too. Demon doesn't have a color, you dumb bitch. So you just a dumb nigga bitch. But I'm gonna flatter you, dumb nigga bitch. Y'all all see Sandra Cooper. Y'all might not be able to see it because I blocked her. I mean, no. Yeah, so you might not be able to see it, but I can still see it. She wrote, whites are demons. She said, whites are demons, dummy. You're just fascinated by pale skin. That's the other one black chicks will run around and call somebody a dummy. No, you're just a dumb nigga bitch, and I hope you die. Listen, because people like you don't deserve to be on earth. You got a lot of hate in you. Let me tell the white community something that's here. You got two problems that facilitate from black single mothers, which is a problem that y'all created. All right, not all whites, but whites. No. Don't say that shit, Heather. Don't help them along. Don't help them along. Niggers love, not black people. Niggers love when you do shit like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't worry about it. Just don't encourage a nigger. All right? Because I don't like niggers. I don't like poor white trash, and I don't like spics. She said, yep, too. You dumb too. Okay, Sandra, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Sandra, can I say from the bottom of my heart, bitch, die? Anyway, listen, anyway. Bitches like Sandra, since you want to be cute. Bitches like Sandra are a collective of bitches that are online. Listen to me, white women. Listen to me, people out there that will say they're part of the culture. Now, this is where the culture and the hypocrisy lie apart. Now, white folks, I want you to listen to me because the better bit of fucking why black society, quote unquote, you say is the way it is and it's failing is because of these bitches. And that's why I need you to start putting your concentration on. Not all of them. We're not talking about the intelligent women. We're not talking about the judges, this name, no. There is an elk of hood booger bitches that are on the same elk as Trailer Park Barbie. You understand what I'm saying? They're on the same elk as Can You Help Me Sanchez. You understand? Now let me explain to you what I mean by that. There's a group of bitches that are online, black women, that fall under the notion, but I'm a black woman. As a black woman, What you need to do strategically is destroy that. Make it so they're not allowed to say that anymore. They are using this as a stepping stone, just like that bitch you see right here on my fucking screen. These particular bitches, they can't fight with nothing else. These are not black women. These are not black ladies. These are not Latin ladies. These are not Latin women. These are black and Latin bitches. Not to be confused. So these black and Latin bitches, what they'll do is they'll hide behind what I like to call crutch terms. You understand what I'm saying? They're on the crutch terms. So what they do, nigga, I'm not an Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom slaved the slaves. You talking about listen, if you gonna say some shit and you gonna try to embarrass me or whatever, don't say Uncle Tom, nigga. Uncle Tom saved the slaves. You ain't know that? You need to read a book, motherfucker. Uncle Tom helped the slaves. Everybody know that Uncle Tom wasn't the bad guy. The bad guy was Jasper and Satchel. See, Jasper and Satchel, they was a motherfucker. Master, they running again. How many ran Satchel while ago? 2. Suck a dick and die. Anyway, like I was saying, right? Long story short, you got these nigga bitches in the community. And these nigga bitches, not black women, not black lawyers, anything else. Old Doofy couldn't hear that. He heard what he wanted to hear. These black bitches have been a problem since the days of motherfucking slavery. You understand what I'm saying? These black bitches are bent on nothing but destruction. Once again, not to be confused with black women and black ladies that are productive. A black woman or a black lady is not worried about having unprotected sex with Pookie at the fucking club and becoming a mother at fucking 16. An unproductive woman is not worried about motherfucking having a second baby by a second nigga at 24 while she's still enrolled in college. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So like I said, these bitches are the reason, not all single mothers, but these bitches are the reason for many of the problems you see because they're rearing the children. The problem I have with these pro-white separatists is that you dumb motherfuckers can't center in on that and see that it's a bigger problem. The bigger problem is the incentives that your government, America, that you sit around and motherfucking back up. America, Trump backing off. Hear you. You dumb motherfuckers. You dumb motherfuckers. See, ain't no room in my heart for no dumb motherfucking white man. A dumb motherfucking white man or a dumb white bitch that accompanies them is some of the most dangerous motherfuckers online. Dummy. You complain about everything to the fucking government except for that shit right there, and you think it's a battle than taking away DEI. What does that mean? That means you have less jobs being fulfilled, and that memeans what? Motherfuckers got more time on their hands and what? Commit crimes. You think it facilitates in, well, you know what? We just won't hire them. You know what I mean? Okay, what do you think that facilitates to? More crime. You understand what I'm saying? You are literally been the motherfucking instruments in your own demise for the past 40 fucking years, and you can't be that smart as a group because you're sitting back and you say, well, why does this keep happening? Well, there's your two answers. You incentivize single mothers that don't have no fathers around, and even if the father's around, he's a 3 or 4 time felon. You motherfucking incentivize taking away programs and shit like that hire people and keep them out of motherfucking poverty. Anywhere you go in the world and you have poverty, hence why do you think there's so many people immigrating here and coming here illegally? Anywhere you go where you have motherfucking poverty, you have violence and discord. No, the problem is the white man has become so sought on being decadent that you disappearing to the real motherfucking stories that's going on out here, you dumb motherfuckers. So if you're a white man or a white woman and you walking around, you're like, I can't understand why there's this much violence. Okay, go to the trailer park, show me where they ain't motherfucking, they so friendly over there. They so happy over there. I can take you, listen, there's a place called Osler, Kentucky. Okay, Osler, Kentucky. This is part of, what's that motherfucker's name with the turkey neck? I forgot what his name is. He used to be the Republican sportsman with the glasses. I forgot what his name is right now. But anyway, this is his constituency. Osler, Kentucky. You understand what I'm saying? Osler, Kentucky has the biggest imprint and spread of welfare recipients in the whole entire United States. Osler, Kentucky, since 1973, has been 99.7% motherfucking white. There's some nigga in here talking about BX Trigger. All up. Your name is BX Trigger? You sound like you take a dick in the ass. I'm sorry. Like, nigga, we're not even talking about that. I'm talking about something big enough to people, and you up here talking about oil up. What's on your mind this morning? Huh? Watch niggas like BX Trigger. I tell you, these niggas be having these elaborate names, BX Trigger. Niggas be like Money Man Mike, all that shit or whatever. Them niggas is never the niggas they say they are. These niggas is moist niggas. A nigga call himself BX Trigger, nigga, you take dick in the ass. Get the fuck off my motherfucking channel, nigga. It's I'm all up. Why? Because you coming next? Like, what the fuck does that mean? if you get on a nigga's podcast, you talk about all up. What does that mean? That means you coming, what does that mean? You coming right behind or some shit? Like, what does that mean? That's what I'm saying. These things don't even be cognitive of what they be writing. Shit's crazy. White liberals don't think black people are capable of doing the same things white people could do. No. no, that's not your answer. That's not your answer at all. That's a crybaby answer. Y'all got to stop giving these crybaby answers. Y'all get these crybaby answers from bitches. Let me give you an example. Bitches will say shit like this. It's because I'm a black woman, and that's why. And then the whole time, no, it's not because you're a black woman, it's because you're a bitch. And you're untrustworthy. That's why. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Sarah Stokes is going to go, that's this bitch right here. Sarah Stokes is going to go to the internet in a minute, and she's going to talk about, she's going to sit down with somebody, or she'll go on her own podcast or whatever. What an old face ass looking at that. This old face bitch going to get on a podcast in a minute, and she's going to talk about how it was so unfair, and how she was done wrong, and how the system is against the black woman, and in a lot of cases they are. But in this case, they ain't. Sometimes it's just a good goddamn decision, and they decided to remove 21 of your 22 accusations, Sarah, just Friday. Then we follow up, and then your homegirl, Dawn Richard. I hate when a ghetto bitch be trying. They don't call me Peaches no more. My name Kanisha. This motherfucker. This a hard-faced bitch right here, boy. Look at that face right there. Does that look like some woman that wants to be loved? That's to look like a woman that's on destruction. You don't look at her face and look at the woman behind her looking at her. Don Rashad thinks that's a face of strength. That's not a face of strength. That's a face of a hardened bitch on her last. That's why that white woman sitting there staring at her like that. It's not an adoration of any culture. It's simply pointing out the fact that there's a problem. There's a problem. And the bitches are at the center of it. The bitches are rearing the kids at a 72.5% rate. Is that incorrect? The bitches are rearing these kids at a 72.5% rate by themselves, voluntarily, many of them say. Then once the kids get older, it doesn't matter if they're black, white, polka dot, or whatever, these, especially the boys, end up being violent as fuck. The girls end up being violent as fuck. And this is the same result you'll get. You go anywhere in the country, including Latin America, Brazil, Europe, or whatever. You motherfuckers, the problem with y'all is you've been coddled so long and you're crying so much that motherfuckers are getting tired of you crying. And I'm trying to tell you, the crying techniques ain't gonna work no more. If you have the audacity to get up online, this is why I said, watch any motherfucker in the future, y'all. If you're black or you're Latin, watch any motherfucker in the future that gets up on their podcast and tries to bash somebody and tell them, yo, don't donate to him. They ain't donating to him. They did that with Umar the other day. If they're doing that with you, you already know the stakes of the type of people you're dealing with. You're dealing with people for the drop of a dime, they will turn on you. You understand what I'm saying? They will turn on you. Or you better realize that all 13, 14 years you've been sitting out here advocating for these motherfuckers. And now they're going to end you off or try to end you off. I don't think you're going to be over. They're going to try to end you off as being a charlatan. The same thing. They crucify you like white folks would do. But we'll sit up here and tell you, you infatuated by white skin. Nigga, I live around white people. If I was going to be infatuated by light skin, it would have happened years ago. Years ago. No, you jealous because you don't live in the same environment I live in. You jealous because you live in the crummy conditions you live in, and then you sit around and try to join online with other motherfuckers living the same crummy conditions you live in and join and add rank and try to go against everybody online. That's really what it is. A whole bunch of the low-life motherfuckers want to join in with other low-life motherfuckers to go after the niggas that's actually got something going on. And the only quick way you can quill all of it is start making these motherfuckers show ID before they get online. Just like the T-App was doing, which is a perfect example because they had 34,000 bitches on there on the first leak, and I forgot how many was on the second leak. And the major media covered that shit, but I'm supposed to pretend like I ain't see that. These bitches is telling you what they doing. And niggas is still, well, for the right up a J, nigga, you pay $40 for some pussy. I ain't even gonna hold you. You pay $40 for some pussy, nigga. You ain't gotta be out here brown nosing with every bitch you get. Nigga, this is why niggas get robbed. Because they always trying to kiss ass with bitches. Recently, he went on a date from Tinder. I don't know if y'all saw that or whatever. Niggas robbed him. Stop fucking with these bitches, man. These bitches ain't about shit. I don't trust no. Cool with you. But my cutoff point is when I don't really fuck with you like that is when you lie to me. And you knowingly lie to me. See, some bitches out here, they lie and they knowingly lie and they know they lying. You understand? This was the case with Sarah Stokes right here. It was trying to sue Pup. This is the case with this ratchet ass bitch up online who nobody would have gave a fuck with who you were if it wasn't for Puff. You understand what I'm saying? And out of the two girls in the group, nobody wanted that Vajay. They wanted Kalina's Vajay. Kalina looked gooder than a motherfucker with your chocolate motherfucking ass. What's up, Kalina? I always liked you better. Because she prettier than her. Everybody used to be, oh, she got a big, no, fuck that. She looks better than Dawn. Dawn Richard looks like our auntie. Look at that hard face looking bitch. That bitch look like she should be going to daycare right goddamn now. She got that, I want to see the manager ass face. You understand? It's been studied for decades. When the economy is low, you know what I'm saying, crime rises. It's Avon. Nah, Avon on hiatus. Some people be figuring that shit, dog. Anyway, listen, never mind that. She ain't family no more. She ain't family. You know what I'm saying? Type bitch, I said that too. I don't like that bitch. I don't like a couple motherfuckers. I ain't fucking with Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you too, you punk ass cokehead nigga. Y'all ain't want to talk about that cokehead motherfucker. That nigga was actually on, it's a page on my interview, a piece of his interview on my shit right now. This nigga was talking about his cokehead addiction. Shut up. Power bottom bitch talking shit on a female. Who told you that? That's to do what y'all do now. Y'all go around her. I'll be getting tired because it's like high school niggas. Let me tell you what high school niggas do. High school niggas will go around and that's why I told you a lot of these African American niggas, you need to put them on an island and set the island on fire and make sure everybody's sterile before you do so. It would just better the culture. Any nigga that's on your chat, what time is it? 10:40 in the morning. Any nigga that's in your chat room and writing shit like that in your chat room, usually most of the time they ain't about shit. They ain't got shit going on. It's Sunday morning. They quote it as, you're going in on a female. No, I'm going in on raggedy bitches. And if you were listening to the conversation, which most niggas don't, they don't hear what they pluck out what they want to hear. What if I consistently kept saying ladies? I ain't talking about the ladies. I ain't talking about the hardworking women. I'm talking about the bitches that's destroying the culture. And these niggas and bitches, they have so much adoration. They put forth, man, you got to understand, if you're a black man, they think of the black woman first as that elk. They think of the black woman as the first to talk to. They think of the black woman as the most intelligent to you. These are all subjects, and no matter how hard you work, this is how you're going to be perceived, because these bitches have pushed out such a narrative collectively amongst themselves. It has been housed to me that a man, won't do the same thing with other men, but instead rather go sit with the women. The reason you would rather go sit with women than your own brothers is because of pure simple fact you have been reared and raised by women. Therefore, you think you understand what I'm saying now? Or did that go over your head too? No, the problem is you just a stupid motherfucker. That's the problem. Women is women, period. No, women are not women, period. Women are not women, period. No, women are not. That's the whole mistake. I can't stand a motherfucker that never traveled nowhere. Never really been involved in where, like, you got a lot of people online. They think that their experience in their hood or their limited experience wherever is the conclusion of what life is. They have never had any other experience. Meaning, like, and I'll end this with this one. Meaning like this. They haven't never traveled anywhere really like that until they hit in their 60s or 70s or some shit like that. Most of them have never really had any experiences within the music industry, which I saw with most of these vloggers. I don't know anybody in the music industry to point anything attention. Most black men, the first thing they do is come in here and they try to defend a black woman. When we're sitting here audibly seeing black women try to tear down black men every chance that they get, this is a motherfucker embracing your own enemy. That's what I would call Stockholm Syndrome. Now, I'm damn sure not saying that all black women are doing this. Hell, I have black women come on here and donate to me. I have black women come on here and encourage me. You understand what I'm saying? I was referring to your point. Yeah, but these black women are not hiring men. You understand what I'm saying? Go look at these black women that pop up businesses and ask them how many men they hired. Now, if you want to, I would think if you want to clean up the neighborhood, you want to make sure that everybody motherfucking gets financially right and have all this fucking, what do you call this shit? What are they around here calling it? Generational wealth. They got that from what's the name? If you was wanting all that, you wouldn't be sitting around talking about the shit you talking about. You be talking about everybody collectively. So if you pay attention to most women when they say black women in particular, and this is what I mean, all women are not alike. A nigga that's really never fucked with a lot of different women or whatever, like you can't sit around and tell me you talking a certain octave or whatever, and you've dealt with a certain type of woman because I know you haven't. You've never dealt with a bitch that went to Yale. You've never dealt with a bitch that worked at Yale. I have. You've never dealt with a bitch that was in the music industry. I have. So we not on the same elk, nigga. And that's the problem. A lot of these motherfuckers, the modus operandi of most black Americans right now that are thinking that thinking pattern is to make everybody the same. This is what comes out of the woke period. That's why I told you the biggest liberals that want to continue on the liberal fashion, which basically put you in fucking chains, is black Americans, Latin Americans. Latin Americans went up there and they said, we will vote for Donald Trump. Next thing you know, this nigga gets elected and he started popping out everybody. I ain't getting done wrong. I'm just saying that. How did that work out? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. People will go through extremities of political shit and everything else or whatever. But long story short, whatever your financial order is your financial order. Right now, you have this thing where black women want to be seen as the providers and the winners and everything like that. Never ask yourself a question: why are you allowed to do that and the men aren't? You ever ask yourself that question, ladies? Why are you able to say whatever the fuck you think because you're a woman? Don't nobody give a fuck about no nigga gal. You don't remember complicated nigga gal? Oh yeah, yeah. Hi, what about him? Nigga gal, what about him? You think white society gives a fuck about you? More importantly to me, nah, that'll never happen. Let me tell you why. You make a great secretary. You make a great nurse. Hell, you make a great triage nurse. Fuck, you make a great person to provide dinners. And you will automatically go back to those positions, and you'll be handed those positions any moment of strife go on in this country. You don't believe me? All you gotta do is revert back to the pandemic. How fancy were your bitches then? That's all you gotta do is revert back to the pandemic time. How fancy were your bitches then? All bitches were scared. Right now, in the past month, there's been 318,000 jobs lost by women. Did y'all know that? 318,000 jobs lost by black women alone. They coming back, fellas, and when they do, cut them bitches off. Don't help them bitches with shit. You were the same bitch for 3-4 years. That's why I got this wine. All these broke niggas. Now we gonna make fun of you, bitch. I want to see every bitch that was like that fall down on your fucking knees and bow and kiss the ring, bitch. If you were a whole sitting out here talking about, oh, I can't afford these bill things, just travel, 318,000 jobs were lost to black women in 1 month. Go look up the demographics right now. You don't believe me? Go look. 318,000 jobs. I miss nothing. I miss nothing. And not one honest black woman on this internet will talk anything about it. Give me 2 seconds. You're now starting to see an example of what's going on. I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't know the thing went down. Like your channel, interesting content. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to tell you how much these numbers were because it's going to blow your mind. It might have increased since. Why is my whistling? Give me 1 second, guys. Don't go anywhere. For some reason or another, there we go. Y'all just give me a second. I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm not going to, I lost my device or whatever. It's been like 3-4 weeks now. Them motherfuckers have probably linked that shit up. And well, if they connected, I'll know who connected it. You understand what I'm saying? That's one good thing about it. If somebody tries to service the phone or whatever, we put a trace on it, so automatically I'm gonna know where it's at, where they try to do it at or whatever. There's no way of erasing that. So if they try to connect the phone, I'll know. The sad shit about it is this, man. I lost that phone now about 4.5 weeks ago, whatever, and it was funny. These niggas, black women and black men, they have so much hate against their own. If you go again, let me tell you something about black American men and black American women. The black American man, I'd say 70% of them are no more than another black American woman. Okay? They don't have any respect for you. They don't care anything about you. They're very feminine men. And when you start to talk to them, you'll understand that. Same thing with a lot of Latin men. I would say them at about like 72%. A lot of Latin men are fucking feminine as fuck. A lot of white men are feminine as fuck nowadays. It's a collective. But the point is, and I'm not talking about sexual prowess either. I'm talking about this in their ways and engagement. They're very feminine. You'll figure that out real soon if you engage with them. They do things online, like encourage people not to donate to people, encourage, start sullies or whatever, all because they want to be in charge. Then they'll sit up. Yeah, it is what it is. I just explained that. If you want to help that out, you can hit the Cash App. It's always hilarious when people come in here and say, you're freezing up, you're doing this. Somebody else said, I said, yeah, hit the Cash App, throw in $20, $30, I'm trying to get another phone. Oh, you can hear me. You're just in here to disrupt. Bye-bye. Yeah, you're in here to disrupt. That's okay. That's the other one they do. You're freezing up a lot. We can't hear you. Shit like that. Yeah, there's another one. Well, you just said something nice as a minute. Yeah, I'm trying to explain that. Hold on. Hopefully that's better. Y'all let me know if that's better. If it's not, there's nothing I can do about it. Because like I said before, I've been on here for like 5 weeks ago since I lost my phone. I told niggas, I said, yo, listen, man, make sure y'all donate or whatever because the deductible I got to pay to get my phone back. And so I found out how much I had to pay to get my phone back, and it's somewhere like $270, with taxes like $330. I only owe $449 on my phone. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, why the hell? That's like giving them an extra $300 and something for what? No. I know exactly what I'll do. I'll just save the money, stick with this raggedy phone right now. The crowds that listen to me, and they don't donate to men of color. That's just what it is. The Black American culture, they don't donate to men of color unless other black guys. If you didn't know this, I'm gonna put this out there so white crowds can hear it and everything like that. They actually aid you guys in keeping the men down. That's black women. That's what they do. They're very like this. It's. I've gotten to the point now. I don't even interact with black women if I don't have to. I really don't. I just find it's always going to be something. It's going to be something, a nitpick or trying to start an argument or being loud and obnoxious. This is best to avoid them. Like if you can avoid them, I just stay away from them. I really do. It's always some bullshit. But yeah, they've gotten to this thing now. They'll follow you. They'll walk. I was ordering some food one day, and these two bitches, this is how menacing they are. They were sitting in the corner, and I literally looked back for like 2 seconds just to see. I heard voices talking. A lot of them, they'll be real loud or whatever. And so the bitch said something to the other one, and I saw her, but I couldn't hear exactly what she said. The bitch got up, walked right next to me, and just started talking as loud as she possibly could and was talking as ghetto as she possibly could. And she thought in my mind, I would find this attractive. She thought in my mind, it made it look like she was in charge. I said, no, bitch, you look like the fucking male. Like you look like trash right now. You're embarrassing us. But she thought this ghetto temperament was somehow or another, I don't know, in inviting or some shit like that. She subsequently, after that, I move away from, like I physically move my body away from. This is how crazy and menacing this bitch is. One of the bitches stood back and walked back to where I walked to be more in my space. Like the bitch was challenging me to fight. And I'm like, you're trying to start something, huh? And I've seen this menacing behavior with a lot of black chicks. Like they'll walk up to you and just start yelling and screaming on the phone. So I kind of like, I don't really fuck with them. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like this is my time being here I never used to be like that either, but my time here on YouTube is taught me, yo, you can't trust these women. These women are not with you, dog. If they were with you, they would support you financially. They would support you other ways. These bitches are here to destroy men of color. And if y'all want to sit back and be the type of nigga to be like, yeah, the Queen Sisters and all that, yeah, be my guest, dog. Be my guest. Like, yeah, the Queen Sisters, yeah. I seen these bitches sitting up here trying to tear down Umar Johnson. I see the center of it that's trying to tear down Umar Johnson, the big, fat, out-of-shape, light-skinned bitch who's out here vying. Yeah, I got more to come. I'm going to tear him down. And niggas is just sitting up here, yeah, sister. Man, stay away from niggas like that, bro. Stay away from niggas stay away from a culture like that. These niggas mentally are 40 years behind the rest of society. Don't even realize it. 40 years. 40, same thing. Latinos is even worse. They're like 60 years behind the rest of history currently. So I ain't got no. I'm cool, man. If you smart, eliminate how many black folks you got to be around. Eliminate how many Latinos you got to be around. The niggas is violent. White people too. Limit who you be around. Like me personally, I have no interest in sitting around anymore. It's just made me that way. I have no interest in sitting around with black people building on businesses. I don't want to shoot ideas with you. I don't want to be on your podcast. I don't even want to interact with you really. Because of all the shit that I've been through specifically with them. Yeah, you see sprinkles of white people come here on my channel or whatever. They'll add something goofy. They might say something. But the part that bothered me the most is when niggas started getting into financially trying to disrespect niggas. And I'm like, shit like that, nigga, I definitely will. Like, I'll bust over a nigga like that. You understand what I mean? Like, I'll bust a nigga straight in this fucking... Yeah, like, yeah, you can't do that, bro. Because niggas would have killed you back in the day. Like, we was on a block, niggas would have killed you over some shit like that. You tell niggas, yo, make sure, yo, don't spend no money with that nigga. Niggas would have came down the block and offed you. And some of these niggas is doing it, they know that. You know what I mean? But I let it continue on. I let it do what it do, man. Whatever. This is like the high school of the internet now. This app. This is the high school of the internet. People on here act high schoolish. I had a nigga that was in here yesterday talking about, I've been around the music business for 30 years. Nigga, I know niggas straight up and down that want to mop your ass. Tell me I'm lying, nigga. Tell me I'm lying, old nigga. I know niggas straight up and down that want to mop your ass. I seen your punk pussy ass one day down there by Canal Street. You looked right at me and didn't say nothing. I gripped up as soon as I seen you too. Remember? You standing right by the fucking subway. You don't remember? You looked right at me and I gripped up on your ass. I know exactly who you are, nigga. You ain't saying nothing that day. You kept your distance. Old ass nigga talking, yo, I've been around 30 years. You ain't got a hit worth shit talking about, nigga. All that shit you got over there is from multiple fucking songs you put together that had worth up on them. Sit up here talking to me, nigga. I was with Bad Boy. Don't sit up here telling me about no motherfucker you been around in the business for 30 years. Niggas don't fuck with you, bro. See, there be a lot of niggas that be like, yeah, I've been around for 30, 40, ain't got one accolade whatso fucking ever. Don't nobody give a fuck about them as a producer. Your sound is dated. Your mixing is dated. Your fucking look is dated. Nigga, you dated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Y'all niggas be lying. There be niggas out here lying for views and shit. I ain't got a lot for views, dog. You don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me. I don't give a fuck about all that. But all that, yo, the black culture and all that shit, they showing you what they do for you. They're showing you what they do for you. Dr. Umar is one of the most blackest motherfuckers there is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that pro-black shit. Now they trying to take him down collectively over a bitch. Niggas is letting a bitch sit on their channel, host or say whatever they want to, uploading shit that the bitch just said or whatever. And not even acknowledging whether or not the bitch is right or not. Now, what happens if this bitch is exaggerating the line and then y'all got to walk it back? For some of y'all, this is the third or fourth time y'all done had to do that behind a bitch. People don't forget. People don't forget. So, remember that when you hosting and you laying service to these bitches. I know two fellas that I hold dear and I like them. They let a hoe for almost 2 years sit on their channel. And they was adamant and everything that hoe said, backed up, sent the money and every fucking thing else. Couldn't find out it wasn't like that, was it? Boys, you got another one. Don't y'all trust that hoe. And I say that with love. I like them boys over there. They cool with me. I don't know how they feel about me, but I'm cool with them. You know what I'm saying? Get that bitch off your channel. That bitch gonna be the darkening of your channel. Trust me when I tell you this. Get that bitch. If you just got a quote on what she say, don't hold dear having that bitch exclusive no more. Trust me when I tell you this, it's gonna backfire on you boys. I'm telling you. You know what I'm talking about. Whether it's night or in the daytime, it's gonna backfire on you. That bitch lying, y'all. She lying. And if she ain't lying, at the very least, she exaggerating. Just like this bitch you see on the screen, Don Rashad. Let me tell you what this hoe did. She thought she was slick. And what she basically did was she countered. Basically, let me share this real quick, y'all. Get some people in here. That's why I'm encouraging a lot of y'all, stop doing this live shit. You're not getting nothing but weirdos. They all got this is the followers generation. So when they see one person doing one thing, they just follow behind it. Hold on 1 second. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah, see, this phone is fucked up. That's all right. We're gonna take care of it though. I can sit with I can sit with this fucked up phone for another month or so. Cause what we gonna do is we gonna pay that phone off, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of this Verizon service. Period. I wish I would pay $300 and still owe only $449 on the phone. I might as well just pay the fucking phone off, keep it moving. And, I mean, not even on the phone, on both devices, I only owe $449. So that'll let you know I done paid the shit off damn near. Nah, fuck Verizon, we gone, bro. You know how much I pay a month on a cell phone? $167 for two devices. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And insurance that don't even cover you. You know what I'm saying? And like, I got a whole set of people that watch me that are basically hate watchers. You know what I'm saying? Basically shitty people. And so it doesn't make it any easier. So, and then the fact that YouTube is just funneling you out to shitty people, and especially a lot of shitty ass black people, which I can't stand. I don't want. If you're a shitty black person, stay the fuck away from my channel. Seriously, I don't want to interact with you. Ain't no brother sister shit. Whatever, nigga. Fuck you, die. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I do not want to work with you. And then niggas just sit around, why you gotta say that? Like, they just try to shame you into like wanting to be down with them. Nigga, you can't shame somebody want to be down with you, nigga. Like, I don't want to fuck with you. You don't fuck with me, you let me know in several ways. We don't fuck with you. You was down there covering the Diddy trial. We don't care if you used to work with him or not. We don't like you no more. We ain't giving you no donation. No, why? Keep that shit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep that shit. You just showing the world who you are. Bunch of slaves screaming they not slaves, but acting like slaves. That's slave mentality. I'm good with that shit. Innovative ways to be crabs in a bucket and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm good. You think I'm not that sensitive about this YouTube shit. It's other ways to make money off this shit. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't even have to deal with African Americans. That's where you make your mistake. You think these people are your people. They don't give a fuck. These are individualists. Okay, they have a society that's built on individualism. And the person that institutes it the most are the bitches, those loudmouth bitches that y'all let talk for y'all instead of motherfucking commanding them to say what they should be saying. Y'all instead will back up bitches trying to say, like, imagine this. You a man, right? And the only reason you there exists is to back up what a loudmouth bitch is saying all the time that starts trouble. Or a loudmouth bitch's sassy rhetoric, or a loudmouth bitch trying to check some. That's your sole purpose as a man. You're not a man. You're a fucking toy. And I love tough niggas like that think they tough niggas. Well, I know some tough niggas too, nigga. And they get your ass the fuck up out of here, nigga. They get you the fuck up out of here. And I was told to tell you that message. Keep acting like you tough with me, nigga. I'm told the 3 specific niggas, nigga. You gonna see what's up. Sean Diddy Combs' legal battle with Making the Band alum Sarah Rivers is nearing the close after a New York judge ordered all judges against the embattled music mogul to be dismissed. Rivers, who appeared on Combs' early 2000 reality show Making the Band 2, became a member of the hip-hop band The Group, sued Combs in February on allegations of unwanted touch and created a hostile work environment and fraud while filming the show and the MTV show. The singer also sued several Combs companies, business associates for their alleged involvement, including Combs' mother, Janice Combs. In August 14, ruling the U.S. District Attorney, which is this past Friday, in an August ruling on the U.S. District Court of Southern District of New York, Judge Jed S. Rockoff ordered that 21 of the 22 charges listed in the Rivers lawsuit, which spans racketeering, assault, battery, forced labor, and false imprisonment, should be dismissed with prejudice. According to the court's documents obtained by USA Today, as a result, Rivers will now be able to refile dismissed charges in a new case. And this is Sarah, okay? This is not Dawn. This is Sarah. And this happened with Sarah on Friday. All right, so the judge, that's this big pie-faced bitch right here. It's like she been eating sandwiches all fucking day. I can't stand this bitch. Look at her looking like motherfucking. She look like Tina Knowles in that picture. Anyway, the remaining charge in Rivers' complaint, which alleges Combs violated the New York City's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act through his alleged sexual abuse of Rivers, has now been determined with or without prejudice, leaving the possibility that Rivers could renew her claim in a new lawsuit. So, the one thing that's hanging out of the 21 to 22 that they did with Sarah right here, who's formerly Making the Band, is they kept one. And it's being determined by a different adjudication, which is or not adjudication, but a different conclusion, which is violated by the New York City Victims on Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act through his alleged sexual abuse or rape. So there hasn't been a ruling on whether or not they're going to toss that too, but that's with Sarah. Okay. Judge Rockup said he is holding off on a definitive ruling of the gender motivated violence charge pending a decision from the United States Court of Appeals in the Second Circuit of the parameters and New York City law. And that's it. So 21 of this bitch that you see up on the channel right here, fuck you, bitch, you pie face, old looking, auntie looking bitch. Did y'all see what this bitch, right? Because somebody got to say it. Don't nobody want to say, fuck this bitch. Bitch, if they toss 21 of your 22 joints, that means you're lying. That's why they tossed it. And bitches are still sitting, and they tossed it with, if I'm correct, let me make sure I said it correct. They tossed it with prejudice, I believe. Yeah, they tossed it with prejudice, which means you can't even bring it up. So that means you were lying. Or they felt you weren't telling the truth, or they felt it wasn't adamant enough. And then the last one that they let you roll on, there's a different court that has to make a ruling on that. And they're going to probably toss that too. So the whole time this bitch was lying, just like she was lying in her live that I clipped up. And she was talking about she wasn't sleeping with Puff. Well, Freddie P said you was fucking Puff. Motherfucking Chopper said you was fucking Puff. And they were right fucking there. And ironically enough, you filed a lawsuit in February with Chopper and Freddie. I remember Freddie said that shit back in like September or something like that. And when he said that shit, I said, all right, if it's in time the nigga said the truth, that little nigga said it right then. So a lot of motherfuckers got confused and thought I was talking about Freddie and being like, oh, some shit like, yo, Freddie beefing with you, da-da-da-da-da. No, that nigga's family. No, nigga. I'm telling this nigga, get the fuck off the airways talking like that, because these motherfuckers, they'll clip and dip and shit up and make it look like you was saying something totally different, little dumb motherfucker. Little peanut head ass nigga. Goddamn nut. So, the same thing with Chopper. I was trying to tell Chopper the same thing. Yo, man, don't let these motherfuckers fool you. The first thing they'll do, they'll clip up some shit, mix up some shit, say, no, he said it like this. He said it like this. I remember I was there. Pussy ass niggas. They dropped 21 of this bitch's 22 arguments in her lawsuit. Y'all trying to tell me, yeah, Puff was doing crazy shit. Now, with that being said, right, she do look like Tina Knowles. She look just like Tina Knowles. Look at that shit. Except for them titties. Them titties is the only thing holding up. You see that auntie looking? This bitch look like she look like the Ozempic model or some shit like that. I started using Ozempic and I lost 60 pounds. This bitch look like she make a badass peach cobbler. She look like, yo, you find me sexy now? This bitch look like she just finished. She look like a cook show host. That's what they need to do. Put her auntie looking ass on a cook show. You know what I'm saying? What happened? I just made a Cornish hen. It's funny looking bitch. That's a funny looking bitch, though. I don't care what nobody says. That's a funny looking bitch. No, she might have been hot back in the day, but I don't even think she was hot back then. I think a lot of light-skinned black girls, they don't age well. Like, that's just my opinion. I've just found that consistently. A lot of black girls, light-skinned black girls do not age very well. They, like, Halle Berry, for the most part, does not look as good as she used to. Because I've seen her try to respond to David Justice. David Justice, you listen, you sound like a goddamn chitlin farmer. The way I never realized they would talk like that. Don't he sound like a chitlin farmer? Did you hear David Justice talking about Halle Berry? That nigga sound like a chitlin farmer. Like chitlins. What you call it, chitlins? He sound like a chitlin farmer. And all you gotta do is you just add that vinegar right here. That's how he was talking. You did add that vinegar right there, boy. Woo-wee. I'm trying to tell you, a little Hyzo right there, boy. There's gonna be something fresh right there. Now, no, I've been down here about 20, 30 years doing chitlin farming. I got the hog maws over there. She's like 105. What are you, a vampire motherfucker? You the Grim Reaper? I don't like when niggas come in and say shit like that. Like, we got this thing now where we got this age conscientious thing or whatever. Like, for example, Lee, how old are you? How old are you, Lee? Quickly. Come on now. Don't take a long time to write your age. How old are you? How old are you, Lee? He ain't gonna write his age. Because 9 times out of 10, he's over 20. You understand what I'm saying? If you're over 20 in this country, you're old. You understand what I'm saying? Well, in some other countries, you're not old until you hit over 60 67, 68 years old. In some countries, you're 48 and you're talking about somebody's age. Get the fuck out of my chat room. I definitely don't want you here. I don't like people like you. And that's another thing. Don't be afraid to be selective with people. This nigga that say he was 48 years old and talking about age. Nah, nigga, you're not a vampire. Talking about she's 105. Nigga, Halle Berry is 56 years old. That means she's only 7 years older than you. That means you old and she old. Niggas be running around acting like they vampires and shit. I mean, every now and then the joke is a joke, but I don't know. I don't like niggas like that. I pick people to be around me online the same way I would pick them in real life. I remind you of Charleston White. Now, I'm part of Charleston White. Charleston White has a diatribe. First of all, Charleston White, don't compare me to him, because Charleston White wouldn't come over here and give me $100 if he had it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm nothing like Charleston White. Nothing like him. I don't advocate that you should hate niggas or set it on niggas or whatever. What I point out is the inconsistencies of what some of these niggas are doing out here. You understand what I'm saying? And it don't add up right. This bitch I just read to y'all, 21 of her 22 motherfucking counts that she had provided back in February have been dropped except for one, which needs to be determined by a different court. And that just goes on one ear and out the other. In fact, people didn't want to hear that so much that they started dropping out because it offended them. This is the new thing. Black people want to act like white people. That offended me. You ever hear the bitches talk? They almost try to talk like they're white women. Yeah, you haven't paid attention to that? Most black women and Latin women try to walk around and talk. A lot of minority women try to run around and have the intent, the delivery, or whatever. And they will talk to you like that to be benign to you, or whatever. The first time you try to delegate me in the conversation by talking with that little quick talk or whatever, first thing I go to, bitch, where'd you grow up? And if you stutter more than 3 seconds, I got a white boy like that the other day. He was trying to argue with me. I forgot what I was grabbing. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Where the fuck did you grow up at? And then when he said the time, I said, oh my God, you grew up over there. That's nothing but poverty. You're poor white trash then. I said it just like that to him. And everybody around me heard me say it to him. Even white folks was laughing. Because they know what I mean when I say that. No, that's not a racist term. You're poor white trash. This is what it is. So, you know, the reluctantness of a lot of people in different cultures to not want to do that. They all want to embrace everybody and shit like that. No. You got to find out the distinctives of these motherfuckers. Most of the time, the motherfucker's telling you he's the most innocent, is the most guilty. Anyway, let me continue right here. Because I'm going to prove to y'all why Dawn Ereshad did what she did, a fucking cunt. I don't like that bitch. She tried to pull it. I know. Anybody ever bad boy to hear me? I'm sorry. Y'all know this is the fucking way I cuss. Fuck that bitch. And fuck this ugly bitch too. Fat face bitch. These bitches try to take down Capo. Y'all motherfuckers want me to be light with them. I ain't being light this Sunday. None of these motherfuckers support me anyway. What the fuck I gotta be light with them for? Fuck them. Fuck every last one of them. Motherfuckers is in here telling people, don't donate to him because he ain't got to fuck them. And you should be like that too. Fuck them. These people that are in black culture are indicative on one thing: destruction. They wake up with it on their mind, especially the bitches. The bitches run the culture. They won't even check the bitches because instead of checking the bitches, they support the bitches. You'll get a nigga to come in there and try to check a bitch, and the bitch will be like, hey, don't make me turn on you too. I'll be like, yo, well, bitch, do something then. But these niggas are so indicative of trying to be like in the likes of a white man. So a white man, a lot of times black dudes will do shit for black women because of pure simple fact they want to be respected by a white man. Why we don't talk about that? Why don't we talk about that, huh? I say it for you again. A lot of times black dudes will appear to be defending, etc., black women because of the pure simple fact they want to be looked at in a sharp eye by a white man. Same thing with Latin men. You do it too. These niggas is cordy, man. Anyway, listen, man. Let me break this down real quick so I can get off of here. These niggas are already trying to get me frustrated. I need a cigarette or something. I mean, y'all continue hating, baby. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App, $STRINGERBELL80. If not, that's cool too. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get into that. You know what I mean? I had a nigga in here yesterday. He had a whole troop of motherfuckers telling niggas, don't donate to him. Don't donate to him. We got to stick together as black folks. Man, fuck that culture, nigga. The niggas just sitting up here telling niggas shit like that, man. You already know it's time to dip out, nigga. Ain't none of these niggas my friend, nigga. For real. And I'll gun any of you niggas to get in my way. Facts. That's how it is. I have no love for you, nigga. None. Shit the niggas did yesterday. I had niggas in my chat room, nigga, on behest of bitches. That makes you the weakest nigga. You come on behest of a bitch. Not even a nigga. I can respect a nigga to be like, yo, you was bothering my mans. But niggas come on behest of bitches that I wasn't even bothering. Please think about that. These are the sons and the daughters of single bitches that were rambunctious. You understand? Diddy continues to experience updates on his civil lawsuit following his federal criminal verdict on sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution charges. The court found him not guilty on trafficking and racketeering charges, but convicted him on transportation charges. All right, cool. The most recent civil lawsuit that developed in a big way was Don Rashad's abuse lawsuit against Sean Combs. Now, John Rashad is the bitch you see on the motherfucking center of the screen right here. She's not white. You know what I'm saying? The most recent civil lawsuit that developed in a big way was Don Rashad's civil lawsuit against Sean Combs, according to her. Reportedly, she and her legal team removed 10 of his businesses from their complaint. I bet you they did. You know why? Because Sarah motherfucking got 21 of her 22 shits dropped. Bitch, you saw what the flow was, and you was waiting to see what was going to happen with Don before you motherfucking did. Excuse me, it was going to happen with Sarah before you made your move. Hard face ass bitch. Anyway. Oh, hard face ass bitch. Furthermore, the removal of these charges without prejudice means that Don Rashad could refile them if necessary. But they are in it. See, she removed them so she could refile them later if she wanted to. She just playing it by ear. That's why you know this bitch ain't got nothing solid. If a bitch got something solid in her lawsuit, she ain't got to amend nothing. She ain't got to change nothing. She ain't really got to add nothing that's substantial. When you do shit like this means this is a lawyer playing the moves. You understand what I'm saying? Furthermore, the removal of these charges without prejudice, the reason she removed them herself because if a judge would have ruled and said with prejudice like he did with motherfucking Sarah. Bitch, you ain't slick. You always been this type of bitch. And now your moves are exposing it. See, smart motherfuckers are going to know. Smart black men, smart black women, don't engage in this conversation with these dumb niggas. They're not going to understand it. You understand? Furthermore, the removal of these charges without prejudice means that Don Rashad could refile them if necessary, counter to what Sarah Stokes, who now with 21 of her charges being removed out of 22, and with the court deciding on the last charge, or accusation rather, in her civil lawsuit, and they haven't determined that one yet, or whatever. It stands easy to believe why these hoes is doing what they doing. And y'all don't understand, both of these bitches is black. They're not white. They're not Italian. They're not Greek. These is nigga bitches trying to take down niggas. You niggas still don't get it, huh? But you over there, I love you, baby. You drive me crazy. I love you, baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. You stepping, fetching motherfuckers over there. Just got your whole tongue out in the bitch's ass. It won't even help your own brothers. These niggas is worthless, man. Worthless, bro. That's why I said never again. Never again. Furthermore, the removal of these charges without prejudice means that Don Richard could refile them if necessary, but they are clear for now. However, Richards is reportedly preparing a second amended complaint that still names Diddy as a defendant. Also, the lawsuit still targets Janice Combs Publishing LLC, Love Records Inc., and Janice Combs Publishing Holdings. Y'all still don't see what this bitch trying to do. This bitch trying to cash out. Elsewhere, Diddy's legal team has no problem with amendments to the lawsuit, but in a letter to Judge Catherine Polk, they denied Richard's claims and expressed plans to fight this out. Also, they pointed out how her legal team dropped a human trafficking allegation under the New York City law. As such, defense attorneys believe the upcoming no lawsuit is non-fatal. Don Richard's allegations against Diddy include accusations of groping, harassment, forced stripping, food and sleep deprivation, and unpaid wages. Bitch, if you win any motherfucking thing, you might win some unpaid wages, which I don't believe that either because he gave everybody their fucking publishing back. She's also accused him of threatening her life and other folks' life that spoke out against him. What the fuck? Ain't nobody threatening your life, bitch. Why take fucking years to admit it then? Combs and his legal team, if a nigga threatened my life and I'm a snitcher, I'm going to the police that day. Combs and his legal team deny any and all accusations in one case, and if more than 60 lawsuits he faces. As for the federal criminal case, Don Richard testified in Diddy's trial. During the trial, she leveled various similar allegations against the bad boy Morgan, and none of that shit helped. Fuck Don Rashad, you funny face, hard face, ugly bitch. That bitch behind you look better than you. And look how she got a smile, or at least subtle smile on her face. She can't believe how hard-faced that bitch is either. They like, this is the bitch everybody talking about, this hard-faced bitch. I thought I was a hard-faced bitch. This is really a hard-faced bitch. If you don't see the play there, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't see the play there, I don't know what to tell you. Guys, make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App, hit the Venmo up, hit the PayPal up. I'm out.